following is a presentation of Spring Hill Sports Live. It's time for Spring Hill High School Athletics. On your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by It's time for the Broncos, right here on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
And good Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the weekend, and welcome to another night of high school football here on Spring Hill Sports Live. You know, on the 8th day, God created football, and I got to believe it was a day just like this, because it is fall time on the calendar, and it's fall time in the atmosphere on a homecoming night here in Spring Hill for a chance for the Broncos to try to bounce back from a 2-game skid as they welcome in the visiting Blue Valley Southwest Timberwolves. BJ Harris along with you, alongside me Matt Jones, as we settle in for this homecoming matchup between the Broncos and the Timberwolves. Broncos coming in at 1-2 in the Frontier League, coming off a 10-37 loss to Eudora last Friday night. Now, Eudora, one of those teams that's going to make some hay in Class 4A throughout this year, so certainly a tough out there for the Broncos, falling to the Cardinals. Fell behind early in that ball game, never really recovered. Continued to battle some issues in special teams with another punt over the head of the punter, resulting in a safety. Quarterback Tyson Beshore, 5 of 20 for 32 yards and interception in the passing game. Also sustained a concussion in that one. He is out for tonight's ball game. Draven Pipkin, 18 carries, 81 yards. Colton McCann had the one score in the game for the Broncos on the ground. 14 carries for 79 yards for him. And Brandon Richardson led the team with 12 tackles, including 4 tackles for loss. Him and Noah Anderton continue to be the ball hawks there on the defensive side of the ball, but just couldn't get a lot going offensively, with just 200 yards of total offense and just 32 of those through the air. And so the Broncos certainly going to have a better effort here tonight against the Timberwolves. We'll talk more about the Timberwolves here as we continue on through the pregame show. We'll bring you in here, Matt. You got a chance to see that game last week against Eudora. And Eudora, boy, they've got some D1 players on the field, and they know how to use them.
They absolutely do. They definitely have some skill players, and they are using them 100% right. I would look for them to probably go into the playoffs 8-0. I don't think they'll have too many problems in the Frontier League. If they continue playing how they are, they're going to be a tough out.
Well, they were indeed, and they are going to continue to show the Frontier League what it's like. Eudora had a nice year, gave the Broncos their first loss of the season last year, and kind of took that momentum into this season with some of those same guys back. Tonight, the task at hand, the Blue Valley Southwest Timberwolves. We'll talk more about them. Continue on here as we've got your starting lineups, keys to the game, pregame area matchups, and more still to come here on the Comfort Designs pregame show. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning, locally owned and operated for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. And, of course, Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating healthy, beautiful smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and the staff at Strode's Orthodontics is experienced, highly trained, and fully licensed orthodontic specialist with decades of combined experience in the orthodontic field. With locations in Spring Hill, Olathe, and Overland Park. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. It's the Broncos and Timberwolves tonight here on Homecoming in Spring Hill. You're watching it on your home for Bronco Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com. Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Back out here on the Comfort Designs pregame show. We'll listen in to the Bronco marching band here for a bit. I love a good trumpet, Matt. I like that trumpet action, though, here as we listen in to this pregame performance here on homecoming nights. Front loading the band just a little bit. Obviously, have Coronation coming up in just a little bit. At halftime, actually, is when they'll do the recognition of the homecoming queens here in Spring Hill. Those candidates, Ashley Brown, she'll be escorted by Miles Bell. Haley Browning is being escorted by Thomas Davis. Addie Hedrick is being escorted by Ernesto Garcia. Marin Ruffin by Luke Metcalf. And Emery Stevenson will be escorted by Remington White. Those are your homecoming candidates here for tonight's action. Nice job by the Bronco band. We continue on here through the Comfort Designs pregame show. BJ Harris along with you, alongside me, Matt Jones, as we take a look at some of our area matchups, Matt. Area matchups brought to you by Elliott Insurance Group. At Elliott Group, they believe building strong relationships with their clients and their community is the best way to serve them both, with offices throughout the area and online at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com. Who you got and what are we looking at tonight?
Well, we have Bonner Springs heading down to Lewisburg. Lewisburg's off to a decent start. Eudora is going down to Ottawa. I would assume that Eudora would be able to take care of the Braves. Santa Fe Trail is visiting Baldwin. Some other area games on the network. Girard's at Frontenac, which is a big Southeast Kansas game going on. Columbus at Galena. And probably the game of the area would be Mill Valley 3-0 at Gardner 3-0. I would expect that Mill Valley would probably take care of business. I haven't seen Gardner. I'm not sure how good they are, but the Sunflower League's one of the tougher conferences in the area, and they are 3-0. So
yeah, we'll get some more of those updates and some more games around the area when we are in the midst of the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial halftime show, along with the homecoming coronation. Well, tonight we've got the Broncos and the Timberwolves, Blue Valley Southwest, non-conference matchup here, and probably a taste perhaps of more of what the Broncos may see as they continue to grow and see some of those 5A opponents. But Blue Valley Southwest plays in the EKL, man, a team that has had a tougher schedule you will not find, and one that has a tougher schedule yet to come. Probably doesn't exist either. Start to the season 0-3 for Blue Valley Southwest, but their loss is 28-21 to Blue Valley at home. They lost at Bishop Miege in week number 2, 0-42, and then played Blue Valley West last week, losing 7-42. Still on the schedule, Blue Valley Northwest, along with defending 6A state champions Blue Valley Northwest, and, oh, by the way, they wrap up the regular season against St. Thomas Aquinas, who may be the best team in the state of Kansas. So, this team is probably looking at this one. They probably got a big old circle on their calendar that a game against Spring Hill outside their conference may be a good chance for a win, and so they need to know that here tonight. They're led by junior quarterback Dylan Dunn, 25 of 53 on the season so far, 242. He's got 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Their leading guy on the ground is Parker Smith. He has 27 carries for 140. They've not turned out a whole lot of offense, and they certainly don't do much on the ground, just 216 through 3 games. Their main wide receiver is Alex Parks with just 9 catches for 144. Frankly, they just haven't had a very good start to the season, 0-3, and that's because of that tough competition. That's what makes it difficult. I believe the Frontier League's down just a bit as well this year, and then this team's been played in the EKL, and now they meet here, and we're going to find out here pretty quick, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely. The EKL, traditionally, that's where your state champion comes, Class 5A, Class 6A, and it's brutal, and you see the St. James's, the Mieges, the Aquinas, they'll come out with a losing record going to the playoffs, and they'll end up in the state title game. So we know it's a brutal conference, and Southwest has been battle tested. So you're right; they have this game circled, saying, "Hey, this is our chance."
And a good example is that is Blue Valley Southwest gets into the playoffs every year as a lower seed and ended up making 1, maybe 2, and they've been knocking on the door a couple of times with a 5-5 record in the playoffs because they just kind of stay alive once they get into 5A playing all those other teams in the EKL. We'll hear a little bit more from the Bronco band as we go to break. Still to come, your keys to the game, starting lineups, opening kickoff here from Spring Hill. The Broncos and Timberwolves tonight on homecoming on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Bank community banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Ladies, do you know what you want to drink?
Ooh, yeah, I'll have the unlimited coffee.
Me too. You got some coffee?
You know, back in my day, unlimited meant there were no limits.
But you need a limit.
Tired of paying for unlimited offers that leave you feeling limited? Experience Limitless with Go Brawley.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com. Your locally owned hometown Allstate agent is Libby Clark, now at her new location in downtown Spring Hill. Libby and her staff are passionate about the people they serve, helping them protect what matters most. With 24-hour customer service and options for online and in-person appointments, the Libby Clark Agency is the small-town agent you've grown to love, with the experience and products you'd expect from an industry-recognized premier agency. Visit them at their new location in downtown Spring Hill, just one block off Main on Hale, or call 913-686-6205.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stowe with Paola Veterinary Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. Coming soon, a new location here in Paola in the industrial park with cattle haul-in and boarding and grooming. With 24-hour emergency services and 3 other locations in Lewisburg, Drexel, and Martin City, and a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Supreme Mechanical Solutions is a heating, AC, and refrigeration company with over 25 years of experience. They install and maintain equipment for residential and commercial customers throughout Kansas City with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. And they're available 24/7 for emergency repairs. Financing is available for system replacements. For supreme quality, think Supreme Mechanical Solutions. Learn more at smsofkc.com or call 913-433-4567.
Again, welcome back here on the Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show. BJ Harris, Matt Jones back with you. We've got Caden Carbajo on assignment. He had to go over and pull duty at Lewisburg Sports Live as they are in action here tonight. So we do miss Caden on our broadcast crew. Getting ready for this one between the Spring Hill Broncos 1-2, 1-2 in the Frontier League. Blue Valley Southwest Timberwolves 0-3, 0-3 in the EKL. They played a very tough schedule we just outlined just a little bit ago. Starting lineups are brought to you by Perfect Detail Salon and Suites, a full-service salon. The Broncos look to start this game in style, and style is exactly what you'll find at Perfect Detail Salon and Suites. Stylists, nails, lash, and spray tan techs, massage therapists, and estheticians. Matt, you know what an esthetician is?
I do, actually.
Yeah, I bet you do.
How I don't know, but I do.
We'll get you back in the game and looking and feeling your very best. Book your next appointment at SalonPerfectDetails.com. That's SalonPerfectDetails.com. Well, a little bit of a mix-up in the starting lineup. When we start off right on the bat with him, number 1 for the Broncos is Luke Metcalf, 6'2", 168. He will start at quarterback. He started all season at – I just realized we still have the mic cranked up for the band. We don't need to hear him quite that good. Quarterback Luke Metcalf going to have to step in for Tyson Beshore, who's battling an injury. He will be out for today. Running back will be Draven Pipkin, 6', 205, a senior. Also at wide receiver, Bryce Kirshner, 6'3", 185, and a senior. Also with them is Kelson McAllister, going to get a start, 5'11", 165, and a senior. Number 9, Jackson Torres, 6'2", 205, and a sophomore for the Broncos. Up front, also, we're trying to replace another player as they are out without Louis Stadler tonight. And so Logan Alexander, I believe, is going to be stepping into that spot, 5'9", 205 and a sophomore. So swapping a sophomore for a sophomore. Also up front, Carter Bland, 6'1", 210, and a senior. Corey Couch, 6'1", 255 and a senior. Carter Meek, 6', 280 and a junior. And then outside, you have Junior Jara, 5'10", 185 and a senior. Also Cooper D'Albini at tight end, 6'4", 200 and a junior. And then offensively or defensively, Brandon Richardson, James Newton on there. You'll have Porter Jones, Noah Anderton, Hagen Whitcraft, Miles Bell. Those guys get in there up front. Casey O'Neill, Mark Debiak, Keanu Tiafau, along with Trigg Smith in the heart of that defense for the Broncos. Those are your starting lineups brought to you by Perfect Details Salon. Take a look at our Keys to the Game. Keys to the Game are brought to you by Seats Incorporated. Yep, that's our kickoffs. Keys to the Game, rather, are brought to you by our friend Amy Kelly at Reese Nichols Real Estate. The keys to finding your dream home is having someone who makes you already feel at home. Key in at amykelly.reesenichols.com. The Keys to the Game brought to you by Amy Kelly Homes of Reese Nichols Real Estate. Again, find out about Kelly, Amy Kelly at amykelly.reesenichols.com. Those are your Keys to the Game. What do you got, man?
Well, as a team, I feel like they need to cut mistakes. That's been their Achilles heel the first few weeks. Even against Bonner Springs, they were just basically out. They outmuscled them. Cut the penalties and focus on the little things. Team-wide, offensively, they have to find a playmaker. Who's going to step it up? Pipkins had a couple good games, but he can't do it by himself. They've got to find another playmaker that can go out and be explosive and make that play. Defensively, they got to limit the big play. They've done pretty well inside the tackles. The defensive line has been strong, but the big play has just been killing them so far this season.
All right, those are your Keys to the Game brought to you by Amy Kelly at Reese Nichols Real Estate. That wraps up the Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show. You can see there on the clock, we are just about 4 minutes away from kickoff here in this one. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Opening kickoff from Spring Hill here on Homecoming is up next on your home for Bronco Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
What is typically a daunting, frustrating, and intimidating experience was enjoyable and exciting because of Amy. She listened to what we envisioned for our future home and was able to show us houses that reflected this. She was with us every step of the way, taking the time to answer our phone calls and text. We ended up with our dream home all thanks to Amy.
Feel at home while you find your next home with Amy Kelly of Reese Nichols Real Estate. Amy goes above and beyond for her clients and even makes a contribution to Ronald McDonald House with every closing. Contact Amy Kelly to buy or sell your home.
Massage is more than relaxation. Apex Massage Therapy can go beyond with targeted work for headaches and sinuses, myofascial releases, trigger point therapy, neuromuscular therapy, reflexology, cupping, and hot stones. Kylie's hands go right to the problem areas and work out all the issues. She is certified in prenatal massages, oncology, lymphatic drainage, pre- and post-surgery massages, and she can also work on minors and athletes. For openings and specials, like and follow Apex MT on Facebook.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health, advanced healthcare, advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2015. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Looking there is the Bronco captains, Draven Pipkin, James Newton, Luke Metcalf, and Brandon Richardson out there representing the Broncos as they will do the coin toss. It looks as though the Broncos won the toss and will elect to defer to the second half, and so it'll be Bronco defense hitting the field first. Don't forget, folks, Fall Festival is tomorrow. Head on down to the park. The parade will happen on Webster Street in Spring Hill, and then all the activities, including street dance and stuff. Remember, the street dance has been moved from downtown to the park, the sports complex, they call it, there behind Sonic. So that's where they'll have concert and all kinds of cool stuff tomorrow evening. Then obviously the park will have all the booze and vendors and food trucks and activities going on tomorrow. Big Fall Festival. Appreciate the committee that puts all that on, put a lot of work all year round to make a fun event, and looking forward to the Fall Festival here tomorrow. It's homecoming tonight as well. Homecoming candidates for this one: Ashley Brown, Daly Browning, Addie Hedrick, Marin Ruffin, and Emery Stevenson are the homecoming queen candidates. Miles Bell, Thomas Davis, Ernesto Garcia, Luke Metcalf, and Remington White are the homecoming candidates. Luke Metcalf with an opportunity, a little, I like a storyline, as a media guy. Here you are. You were filled in as in a relief role last year for Fletcher Pankey for the last part of the season as a quarterback who comes in, did well, in a hard situation. Then you get moved to wide receiver, take a nice leadership role, and decide to take that spot, let a sophomore quarterback have it. Now Beshore's injured, and here goes Luke Metcalf right back to it. He's the type of kid that can certainly move into a role like that and succeed. Headsy, smart kid who also has super athletic abilities, and I don't foresee a real drop-off at the quarterback spot here in this one for the Broncos. So I think this game is exactly what we expected it to be coming in here tonight. Opening kickoff brought to you by Seats Incorporated. Kick off your career with Seats Incorporated in Spring Hill. Seats is a leader in the manufacture of quality seating and accessories for vehicles with competitive wages and benefits. To see all their openings or to apply online, go to SeatsInc.com. That's SeatsInc.com. The Broncos will kick it away as Ryan Jackson kicks this one away. It's fielded, and near side return knocked out of bounds. Escorted out of there for Southwest is Sam Swickard, 6'1", 193, and a senior. And so that's where the Timberwolves will start this one, as they will mark this ball at their own 33-yard line. Quarterback for Blue Valley Southwest, Dylan Dunn, 25 of 53 on the season, 242, one touchdown, 2 interceptions. Dunn was injured as well, so actually he does not go out there unless they have him in a different jersey than what's on this deal.
It's entirely possible, as we've
They have Hank Phillips. Oh, it is Dylan Dunn, rather, 13. Yep. And they'll go up top right off the bat. And pretty good coverage there. They're going to throw a flag on it anyways. He just never turned his head. And oftentimes that'll get you on that one. Stride for stride, it wasn't speed. Kelson McAllister, the defensive back on that one, 5'11", 165, and a senior. And he was right where he needed to be. Literally, he just turns his head around. I don't think that's a pass interference call, but it is in the first play.
They've been watching their film because that's been the Achilles heel for the defensive backfield, the deep ball. So they're picking on him early.
So pass interference to start things, moves it up. It's not a spot foul like you'll see on Sundays. Instead, it moves it up to the 43-yard line. Wide receiver to the near side, one to the far side. There's a running back just in front of quarterback Dunn. Running back behind him as well to his right. Little pump fake, double action, and he goes way up top. And there it is. You saw it and you said it, and it happened on the second play from scrimmage. It would have happened the first play, and it happens the second play. That double move, a little pump fake, good film study, and it is a big home run hitter, a 57-yard touchdown pitch and catch on the second play from scrimmage.
Well, that's where the defensive line is going to have to come in. They're going to have to create some pressure and disrupt the quarterback. He can't have that much time. They're just going to have to get in his face and make him make poor decisions back there.
Tate Everard. Excuse me. Who caught that pass, actually? Point after attempt is up and good, and a quick strike for the Timberwolves. Broncos offensively need to get going right off the bat when we return on your home for Bronco Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Quick strike by Blue Valley Southwest to get on the board here in this one against the Spring Hill Broncos. Second play from scrimmage, really the first play. The first one was a pass interference. And a 57-yard pitch and catch on the second play. Point after attempt was good. And it makes it 7-0 here with 11:43, just 17 seconds into this one. Broncos will have a chance to answer back, though. They'll kick it away. Jackson Garrett on the kick. Near side return. He's got a little bit of a running lane. Breaks off one tackle. Still on his feet across. A beautiful run by Colton McCann, 5'10", 165, the junior running back, taking the kick return all the way back inside Timberwolf territory. And as you see that tenacity he has running the ball, it doesn't matter if he's taken from the quarterback or from a kicker's foot. He returns it all the way out to the 45, a good starting position here for Broncos.
And that is absolutely who they have to get involved in this game. He's the big play guy. He's the one that they're going to have to get the ball to.
11:33 to play here, first quarter, first chance of it offensively for the Broncos. Hand off Pipkin. Bounce off left side. And it'll be a modest gain for Draven Pipkin.
On the carry, number 2, Draven
as he picks up 3 yards and bring him a second down and 7.
By number 32, Jackson Reddy.
Tackle made by Jackson Reddy. That's a great last name.
That's right.
Metcalf, flushed, rolling, looking, still looking. He'll pull it down and run the ball, and he'll reach up across the 40. It's going to be a nice gain. It'll be just shy of a first down, but a good decision there as it started to open up there. It's a gain of 6 on second down and 7, and it'll bring up a third down and 1 here for the Broncos.
That's a senior, making a good decision, tucking the ball and getting what he can.
And third down and 1, certainly one you want to get here. Wide receiver near side is Kirshner. Turn, handoff, Pipkin, pressure in the back, he drops it, picks it back up, trying to make something out of nothing, and it is disaster on the third play as everything goes backwards. It's going to be a loss of 14 on a third and 1, a loss of 14, and it'll bring up a fourth in a punting situation. Boy, things can go bad real fast, can't they?
And that's the mental mistakes that we've been talking about during the pregame. Those are the little things that have to get cleaned up.
Well, it started with jailbreak on the left side. And really, Draven had no chance ultimately to get anything going, but you got to still protect the football.
Yep.
Ends up officially being a loss of 13 in a punting situation. This has not been a given here this season. He'll take a little bit off of it and get a boot into one. And a good end-over-end punt, loose ball. He able to pick it up, now still trying to hold on to it. And it'll be brought down. Who on the other end defensively? Colton McCann.
He's everywhere.
Beautiful punt by Carson Royal. 6'2", 200.
And the snap was considerably better. It had a little more velocity on it coming back to the punter. I don't know if they have – I didn't see the numbers. I don't know if they have somebody new or if they really made an emphasis this week, but it's a whole lot easier for the punter to get his foot into it if the ball gets there.
So the Broncos, nice play there defensively. Again, that has been something they've worked on, hopefully, and now it seems to be working here in the early going of this one. Punt back all the way to the 7 is where they'll start this drive. And done. A little short pistol set, running back to his right. One in front as well. He'll flip it out, right side. He's got a man, broken tackle. It's down the sidelines, and a nice pickup there. Gage Igis, 6'1", 200, a junior.
Tackle made by number 35, Miles Bell.
And it's a gain all the way out to the 22-yard line. So a 15-yard pitch and catch. Snap back to Dunn, turn, handoff, first run from scrimmage in a big hole. Right down the middle. Here's another home run hit, and he is off to the races. Parker Smith's going to have a big one. 5'8", 165. He'll take it to the house. And so far, if you're keeping track at home, you've got a 57-yard pass for a touchdown. And that right there is a 78-yard touchdown run by Parker Smith.
Big plays hampered them all year. They're going to have to figure out a way. They might have to change up something on defense a little bit. But
that's straight dive right there. That's a tough one to go 78 yards right up the middle of the defense.
Yep.
And now the point after attempt forthcoming. Jackson Garrett to kick it. Up and good. Blue Valley Southwest has ran 3 plays. They lead by 14, and they've got over 200 yards of offense, or 100 yards of offense, rather, in this one. Just less than 3 minutes into it. We're back in 30. You're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Jackson Garrett tees it up. Colton McKenna, along with Junior Jara, I believe, back there to return this one. Tell if that's an 8, 1 or 6. It's a 5. Kate Johnson, rather, over there. This will be McKenna, however. And good return on the first one. This one a little bit more modest all the way up to the 27-yard line, and that's where the Broncos will start. So a 78-yard touchdown run by Parker Smith. That drive took all of 28 seconds. And now the Broncos will start this one at their own 22.
Southwest has some big boys on that defensive line.
Broncos had very good field position, had a 3rd down and 1, and had a loss of 13 or 13 on it, and that was the end of that last drive, which was the first of the game for them. Turn, handoff, Pipkin. Decent push off that left side. He'll fall forward for a gain of 3, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7.
On the carry, number 2, Draven Pipkin. Stop made by number 54, Will Morgan.
Good crowd on hand for homecoming. They'll have coronation festivities at halftime. We'll carry those for you live. So if you've got somebody up for vote for homecoming, Queen or King, we'll have that for you at halftime. Turn, handoff, McKenna trying to find a little bit of a seam. He does. Barrels forward, leans forward. A face mask penalty going to tack on to the end of this one.
On the carry, number 5.
After it was a gain of 6, maybe 5 on the play, they'll tack on a few more and move this one for the first down of the game for the Broncos, I believe.
face mask against the Timberwolves.
I believe this is a Southeast Kansas crew. Got Michael Plotnick, white hat. John Black back here, the back judge.
That's right. I was talking to my in-laws about that, and they ran into them this afternoon,
Yep.
and they couldn't figure out why they were all up here.
Yep. Martin Boy back here is this. Yep. This is a good crew. I've seen them do a lot of games over the years. And they have done a lot of games because they're all getting real old.
Well,
I hope they hear this one.
They go all over, if I'm not
They
mistaken.
do. Turn, quarterback keeper. Nice read by Luke Metcalf as he'll have a big gainer, 16 yards on the carry for Metcalf. Give him 17 when they mark this one down, and a good read on that zone read in there. Fake that give. Everybody went with Pipkin, and he had a big hole on that left side.
The upcoming plays are going to be huge because this has been something that's bothered them all year. They need to string a few good things together. They got to keep it simple and just keep the consistency so they can get a drive going.
First down and 10 for the Broncos, just inside the 45-yard line at the 44. Running backs on either side of Metcalf. Turn, handoff, Pipkin, hold to the backside, spinning off the first tackle, driving forward to those big, long, strong legs, barreling forward across the 40, up near the 38-yard line. And that'll be a nice gain of 6 on first down to bring up a second down and a long 4.
Oh, Pipkin's a strong kid. When he lowers that shoulder, he can do some damage.
Timberwolves 38.
Little banged up, maybe stretching some stuff out there as Pipkin.
I think
Putting
he's lost his shoe.
Putting his shoe on. My first college football experience was because the guy that was in front of me lost his shoe.
Hey.
If I'd known that I'd done it, I'd have sabotaged that shoe earlier. Turn, handoff. This time it's McCann. Another big hole on that right side across the 35 up near the 32-yard line. It's a first down for the Broncos and a gain of 6 for McCann. And there's a couple of first downs for the Broncos.
That Pipkin's shoe's giving him a heck of a time out there.
First and 10 Broncos.
Well, they're pretty important.
You know, in wrestling, they make you tape the laces now because they finally figured out that when you get tired and need a break, all you got to do is sneak down and untie them real fast. So they said, okay, we're on to you.
Yeah, I'd have done that in the first minute of every match. Same formation. Again, McCann, left side, just trying to stretch it out there. And that zone read, they're trying to, the zone blocking everything and just looking for that lane. It takes a good amount of vision from your running backs to see exactly where that hole, because it's kind of a moving target each play. That time he's able to find a little bit of it slip through for a gain of 3.
And he seems to he runs forward, he chops his legs, and he always seems to fall forward once he hits the hole. He does a really good job of seeing it.
It's a gain of about 3. We'll give it to him. Say second down and 7. 6:01 to play, first quarter. Broncos down by 14, but driving. Blitz shown, and a tight end on the far side will bite on that, and this will cost him 5. And they call those drive killers for a reason. Junior Jara getting a little excited there. Senior tight end. He might have been involved in that route. That's sometimes those tight ends get a little more anxious whenever they got to go out on the pass.
When they know that they're ready to, yep, that's right.
Excuse me.
Well, it's hard enough to focus anyway on homecoming night. You know, all these guys are trying to focus on their game, but they know they've got something going on this evening for the dance and all that fun stuff.
It's a loss of 5. They'll flip Pipkin out here, looking down the field, over the top of one receiver, into the hands of Jara. And
pass intended for number 83, Junior Jara. Falls in.
He almost intercepted.
Yeah, the way that ball kind of floated in the air, it's dangerous. It was a high pass, but it would have been a really good catch had he come down with it. It was high, but it hit his fingertips, but barely. Once again, here they find themselves. Had a couple good plays. Time to string something together. Need to make need to get it to where they can make fourth down manageable if they want to go for it.
It's third down and 12 from the Bronco 34-yard line. Yeah, it'll be interesting, this play call. You try to get something, you don't necessarily get all of it in one play, but you may have a little run after catch to do so. Play clock at 10. Wide receiver near side, one to the slot. Pressure coming, little screen pass. They'll throw it out there. They've got McCann in some open running room. He's going to have to make a guy miss. He does a pretty good job of that over to the sidelines, and a screen pass, a good call on that play. It's going to be a fourth down, but manageable of about 4. It'll be in a gain of, we'll say 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down and 5.
That's a good job by Luke Metcalf because he had about 3 guys in his face, and he kind of had to hop over him a little bit to get the ball because McKenna was just waiting there for it. But credit to Metcalf on that one.
4th down and 5. Trying to convert here and keep this good drive alive. Hard count would be a good place to do one here. They'll run the play. Looking right all the way. Now flush. Now step up. Now he'll throw it over the top, trying to go to the end zone. Over the top. It's nearly caught. A nice play defensively, but they do throw a flag there. It's going to be a pass interference. I do agree. If I was on the other side of that, I'm not sure if I'd agree with that one. It was real close, though, and running into them. Perhaps there was some contact made.
You know, as a former defensive back, we'll take it.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
maybe it was the fact he didn't turn his head until the very, very end. And, you know, if you want to make it obvious that you're not doing pass interference, you got to look for the ball. And he did, but it might have been a little too late. But we'll take it.
Well, pass interference on 4th and 5. Able to keep this drive alive and move the chains. It's inside the 20-yard line, inside the 15. In fact, at the 14. It's 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line for Spring Hill. Turn, handoff, McKenna off left side. Good block on that left side and driving forward. In there, Corey Couch, 6'1", 255. That left guard was pulling and able to get out in front of McKenna. And then he cut back off that guy's block and picked up 5 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and short 5. Turn, handoff. This time it's Pipkin. Got a little bit of a gap. He gets a whole mouthful of Pipkin and able to hold on. That did look like something out of a wrestling room.
It did, but you got to know better to lower his hips and not hit somebody chest up. You got to hit him with your shoulder pads.
It was a good one, though, and the Broncos are knocking on the door. Able to pick up 6 and pick up the 1st down. And it's 1st and goal at the 3. Best case scenario here for Spring Hill. Trying to answer back after falling behind 14. Broncos a year ago had given up some leads at times and are able to come back in games. Hill Wildcat direct to Pipkin, picking his way off the left side into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. Draven Pipkin on a 3-yard plunge. And Spring Hill's back in business after a nice, long 78-yard drive.
That's exactly what they needed. You know, they did have some adversity, but they overcame it. They had a big penalty in the end zone, but you know what? For once, the penalty flag went our way, and that's something that hasn't happened much this season, so we'll take what we can get at this point, and they cashed in.
4:20 to play in the first quarter. The Broncos strike for the first time. They'll run a little swinging gate action. And then line on Jackson to kick it away. 6'2", 155, the sophomore kicker. Broncos have their kicker for the next couple of years. Step back. He'll kick this one up. He's a good one, too. Up and good. Broncos answer 7-14. Your score, Broncos down by a score. They'll be back on defense when we return after this on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Seven to 14, your score. 4:20 to play first quarter. Broncos down by 7, getting ready to kick it away as Jackson back deep to receive for Blue Valley Southwest. Is number 21, Sam Swickert. He had a pretty good return on his first one. And they'll kick it away. Good kick there by Jackson, pitting him to the corner. Fielded by Swickert, near side return at the 10. 15-20. Big hole near side. Here comes special teams biting the Broncos again. Swickert all the way up the near sideline. Stiff arm there. Ripped out of bounds inside the 35-yard line at the 34, and that's where Southwest will start this one. There is a penalty flag all the way back at the other 34, and this one could be coming back. The Broncos might get benefits of a hold again. They do.
We'll take it.
Back around the 30-yard line.
I tell this story pretty much every game that Michael Plotnick works that I'm on the air, but he did kick me out of a flag football game one time. The white hat.
I can't imagine what you'd have done.
Well, what I was questioning was, I remember it vividly, actually. I was probably only like 8 or 9 years old, and he would hate that I was saying that part of the story. Then I'm sure he was a college kid at the time doing officiating. But I was arguing the breaking of the plane on a touchdown I had.
They're few and far between.
Not at the time. I was a touchdown scoring machine. But and I knew what the breaking of a plane was, but we were arguing that, and he just told me to go sit down.
You're done.
I took a break. Here's Dunn. He'll swing pass outside. Had a man one-handed catch, and it'll be bottled up and brought down. Good open field tackle and a nice stop there by the Broncos. Brandon Richardson cleaning it up. First contact made by Kate Johnson.
Tackle on the play, but number 10, Brandon Richardson.
And it's a gain of 2 on the play.
2nd and 9 for the
Maybe just
Timberwolves
one.
at their own 24.
They start this one. Dillon, look, left near side. Flip it out again to his favorite target. He's going to find some open running room. It's a good one. Stroked by Brandon Richardson, but a good pickup there
Tackle made by number 16, James Newton.
by Tate Everard. I believe he's the one who had the touchdown as well.
Flag on the play.
Penalty flags out there. Well, this will another beneficial one. You know, the Broncos, we talked about some of their woes and mistakes they've kind of gotten their way throughout the season. I imagine that's probably a good part of the storyline for the Timberwolves as well.
Sure seems like it.
Head coach of Blue Valley Southwest, Anthony Orrick, a good one. He's been there for a while. Won a few state titles under longtime Blue Valley head football coach Steve Rampy. And that's starting to become a pretty growing coaching tree. There's a lot of guys who left that program over the years from Coach Rampy at Blue Valley, went on to coach a lot of teams. Flip it out near side, open running room there, and trying to break out of the would-be tackle, and then another one, 31. This time Noah Anderton gets in on the fun and helped out initially by Whitcraft on the contact, driving backward. It's going to be a gain of 7 on the play.
Yeah, that's a good job by Whitcraft. He kept the receiver in front of him. He slowed him down and let his teammates come help him. It's exactly what a defensive back needs to do.
This is a good stop. Broncos get a stop here defensively and get the ball back. They can kind of even this game back out. Not kind of. They can even the game back out. But not only just from a scoreboard-wise, but, like, let's redo it. We had a plan to come into this week all week long. We felt like we had a chance to get this team, put ourselves in a 14-point hole, and now we got to get ourselves out of it. And that Timberwolves need to talk about it. Big third down. I think they recognize the gravity of this one as well. We'll take a quick break. A 3rd and 13 when we return after this on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Hello, I'm Dr. Alyssa O'Connor, and I would like to welcome you to Sozo Chiropractic.
So many people only seek out a chiropractor when they are in pain, but ongoing wellness care helps you deal with stress and be healthier. At Sozo Chiropractic, the focus is on holistic wellness for any age. I am Webster certified for prenatal care, pediatric trained, as well as a family chiropractor. We also offer acupuncture and sauna services.
Sozo is a Greek word that means to heal, to make well, and to restore health. And that is our goal for each one of our patients who walks through the door.
If you want to inside track on where BJ and Leslie Harris go, we got massage therapists and chiropractors running amok on the broadcast. Got to keep us moving. Done. Dropping back. A little bit of pressure. Does step into it. He's going to overflow his intended target. And a good defensive stand there by the Broncos to answer back after a long drive. Again, maybe a little bit of fool's gold perhaps for Blue Valley Southwest as they had scored on their first play, theoretically, really their second play from scrimmage. Then on the next time they scored on the second play from scrimmage. So they had run 4 plays until that 3-play series right there. And it scored on those 4 plays. But then they go 3 and out, a little penalty to start that drive that kind of put them behind the sticks.
Well, the big thing there, the difference, and another penalty. Southwest finally started seeing some adversity.
And a punt. Dead ball. Illegal procedure against Southwest. It doesn't necessarily change anything here. I think punt block might have already been on.
Yeah.
And I think you do bring a little bit here and put some pressure on this punter. He stands just at the 1 yard line. They punt safe. They do bring a little bit of pressure, able to get it away. Fair caught. And a good play there for the Broncos. Fair catch by Cade Johnson, and that's where Spring Hill will start this drive. Another one inside Timberwolf territory with 2:18 to play here in this first quarter. Again, it's homecoming night here tonight. You talked about some of those distractions, Matt, and in addition to that, they had practice in the mornings the first 2 days of the week because it was 1,000 degrees. And now
brutal.
it's 65 degrees. I played golf in the rain all morning and 60 degrees in a hoodie. And at one point this week, it wasn't even appropriate to have clothes on outside, I think.
Oh, it was brutal at the beginning of the week.
Straight drop, plenty of time for Metcalf, flips it out. He's got his man in stride down the field, and it's a nice play there. A penalty flag is laying out there. There was nobody out there, so I'm not sure if that was on the play, but it's a big one all the way down for Cade Johnson. And they continue to stay down there, so the officiating crew, whatever that penalty flag was an accident. I was going to say where it was sitting, it was out. There was nobody out there.
Well, there was no pass interference for either team. So it was decent coverage actually. Just a great ball by Metcalf and a great catch.
Man, what a pitch and catch! That was a great one by Luke, all the way down to the 12-yard line.
Good touch on the ball.
So 48. That can't be right. That was at the 48. A 38-yard. Yes. 38-yard pitch and catch. If that's wrong, don't correct me. Second down and 10 after not much of a gain there. Handoff Pipkin. Good cutback. He's got some running room. Touchdown, Broncos. A 12-yard touchdown run by Draven Pipkin.
That was really well executed by the offensive line. All Pipkin had to do is get to the second level and make his cut, plant that left leg, and he walked into the end zone.
That was a nice little jump cut and a big hole on that left side. The O-line moving people. So a 12-yard touchdown run and a point after by Jackson could even this up. Low snap, hit the ground, skipped it up, and it's blocked. So it will not stay even or go to even. But the Broncos have scored 13 unanswered after giving up 14 unanswered. It's a one-point ball game here in Spring Hill. You're watching on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Rain Dance Studios is the area's newest dance studio with professionally trained staff, a brand new facility, and classes for every dance and tumbling level. Rain Dance Studios is everything you never knew you needed in a dance family. With an emphasis on customer experience, exquisite dance technique, and dancer confidence, Rain is the dance studio for every aspiring dancer. Come join Spring Hill's premier dance experience and get the royal treatment. Schedule a free 2-week trial by visiting raindancestudios.com.
Broncos score on a 3-play, 48-yard drive. It started with a good play on defense to force them back. They had good field position. Then a 38-yard, it's going to be 36, just looking at my math there. I knew it was wrong when I said don't correct me. 36-yard pitch and catch that got it started from Luke Metcalf, a beauty, to Cade Johnson. And then 2 plays later, a 12-yard plunge by Draven Pipkin. This one kicked over by Jackson, going to force him to field it near side by Swarrick, and he is knocked backwards, and there's just a little more energy here for the Broncos as well.
Swarrick's a pretty accomplished wrestler for the Timberwolves. They've had a top 5 wrestling team in Class 5A for the last few years.
Swickard. Yeah.
Maybe not. I might have made that up. But it's okay.
If I came up with the wrong name for a guy that just happened to be a guy you knew had a wrestling career, that would just be very serendipitous. So, and maybe a shout out to that kid. Didn't know he was getting a shout out here.
Maybe he is a wrestler. I don't know.
Maybe he is a wrestler. It's wrestling or wrestling?
Wrestling. Wrestling's what you watch on television on Monday night.
Blue Valley Southwest will start this one deep inside their own territory at their own 18-yard line, and flipped out here. Nice play on first down beyond the 20 up to the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on first down to bring up a second down and 3.
Second and 2 for the Timberwolves at their own 20.
So it actually ends up being an 8-yard gain, brings up second down and 2. One wide receiver near side, 2 to the far side. Nice hard count, but the Broncos holds true. Dunn with one running back behind him and a wing. Off right side turn, another big hole near side for Parker Smith. And another one by Whitcraft. Man, those linebackers will hit you. But a good run there by Parker Smith, and there has been some just gaping holes on that side.
First and 10 Timberwolves at their own 37.
Ends up being a 10-yard gain on that run by Parker Smith. And it'll make a first down and 10 from the 38-yard line. 2 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Tight end near side as well will go in motion. Smith just to the right of Dunn. Toss it his way. Big bubble back there. Turned it back inside. Not any help. And again, my goodness. Hagen Whitcraft has got some anger inside that young man. Good night. That's 2 in a row where he just popped out of nowhere and ended that guy's run.
Well, and they need somebody to step up in the defensive backfield and get a little angry and start playing with some passion, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now.
And a nice one to end the first quarter. A little fist bump to Whitcraft, and it'll be a third down when we return. 1 quarter in the books. It's been a dandy. 13-14, Broncos down by 1. You're watching on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Hello, I'm Dr. Alyssa O'Connor, and I would like to welcome you to Sozo Chiropractic.
So many people only seek out a chiropractor when they are in pain, but ongoing wellness care helps you deal with stress and be healthier. At Sozo Chiropractic, the focus is on holistic wellness for any age. I am Webster certified for prenatal care, pediatric trained, as well as a family chiropractor. We also offer acupuncture and sauna services.
Sozo is a Greek word that means to heal, to make well, and to restore health. And that is our goal for each one of our patients who walks through the door.
Supreme Mechanical Solutions is a heating, AC, and refrigeration company with over 25 years of experience. They install and maintain equipment for residential and commercial customers throughout Kansas City with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. And they're available 24/7 for emergency repairs. Financing is available for system replacements. For supreme quality, think Supreme Mechanical Solutions. Learn more at smsofkc.com or call 913-433-4567.
A big second down play, a second down and 3 just right out of the break. Incomplete for Blue Valley Southwest. It'll bring up a third down and 3.
Third and 3 for the Timberwolves at their own 44.
And another, I think, pretty crucial third down here. Spring Hill can get off the field here defensively. They'll give their offense another crack here to try to now change serve on this one. New quarterback and a hard count, and the mistakes there abound. It's hard to sit back and not do that. R.J. Dominic, the guilty party. It was a third down and 3 and jump off sides. And there's a new quarterback in there as well for Blue Valley Southwest as Emmett Peters comes in, 6'1", 190, and a junior. Dylan Dunn had been that quarterback. I'm not sure exactly what happened. First down and 10, flip it out. He's got his man. Another one by Everard.
On the tackle, number 9.
Tate Everard, 6'1", 160, and a junior, the favorite target of these quarterbacks.
And again, a better job of limiting the big play. You know, you're going to give up some plays, but you just got to stop the bleeding and make sure that you only get 5 or 6 instead of 70.
78 to be exact.
Yeah.
That was on a running play.
Yeah,
the passing play was 54. Those are the first 2 out of the first 4 plays of the game for the Broncos, or for the Timberwolves, rather. Turn handoff and a little turf monster there for Peters. And that may be a bit of an issue here tonight as it cools off a little. We had some rain come in, and that dew, I believe, will start to settle just a little bit here tonight. The rain, obviously, no factor on the turf. But the rain was a factor on the whole, hole like 6, hole 9, hole 12 there at Sycamore Ridge for the Rotary and Chamber Golf Tournament today. Good turnout.
Well, we had to stay inside today for class, so but they still asked if we were going out regardless.
Rolling, looking, throw it out. It's nearly intercepted, and Hagen Whitcraft almost put a little cherry on his Sunday already. That falls incomplete, however, and that'll be a punting situation here for the Timberwolves.
Good stand by the defense.
4th down and 7. 10:40 to play first half. Don't forget, we do have homecoming festivities coming up for you here at halftime, along with our halftime stats brought to you by Supreme Mechanical Solutions, as well as everything else in the midst of our Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. 4th down and 7. They'll get one away. A great punt. Short. And it will take a decent roll, and it'd be returned, and that's one of those plays you're like, don't ever do that again. Nice job.
Yeah.
And that was Cade Johnson advancing that one. Somebody needed to field it. Otherwise, it could have taken a pretty good roll. If that hits another time, it may take off rolling. And instead, that's where it will stop there at the 30-yard line. That's where the Broncos will go to business.
I'm pretty sure everybody gasped, especially the coaching staff.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
That's what they'll say.
Broncos start at their own 30-yard line. 10:31 to go in the first half. Wide receiver far side, Kirshner. Wide receiver near side. Metcalf, turn, handoff, McKenna. And big penetration there. And once again, we've called his name quite a bit on offense. And again, on defense, he's right there in the mix as well. Tate Everard. Excuse me, that was Faulkner. 25, not 15.
2nd and 10 for the Broncos at their own 30.
Be interesting
45.
to see if they use something where they can get Metcalf's legs involved. He's a good athlete. Let's see if they can, put him in some space maybe and give him some options.
Connor Faulkner, though, on the tackle. Nice little defensive linebacker, 6'1", 193, good size. Turn, nope, play action, now flushed, and nothing doing. A hard tackle, too. I mean, just gobbling him up for the big fella, Brent Gillis, 6', 270, and but Luke Metcalf can confirm.
There's not a whole lot he could have done. Higher levels of football, you want him to get rid of it before that, but that would probably have been a pretty unsafe throw, just hurling it downfield. So probably a wise move to take the sack.
I'm not sure if he even had a chance to even have that thought.
Yeah. He had 4 guys breathing down his neck. So.
Loss of 8 brings up 3rd and 18. Again, Metcalf steps up. He lets it fly. He's got a man downfield. It's Kirshner. Also in stride, actually 2 guys kind of in that one. He split the difference. Threw it down there. Also down the field for the Broncos is Norian Terrell. That brings up 4th down in a punting situation.
They're on 22. In punt formation, number 60, Carson Royal.
Well, that's a series you want to forget about. Now the defense needs to come, step it up a little bit, do what they did last time.
Trey Thomas.
Royal to punt it away. Thomas to return it. Snaps back. Time. He'll get a boot into it. Backwards spin. That takes a nice little bounce. Now he'll return it. Same thing happened a moment ago.
Well, if he can do it, I can do it, Coach.
Right. Hank Phillips returns that one out 6 foot 190 out near midfield. It'll be just shy at the 47-yard line, and that's where Blue Valley Southwest will take over on this drive.
That's probably at least 20 yards of field position by fielding that because it was rolling pretty strong.
Yep. Crowd getting into it here at the Spring Hill Activities Center. They will start at their own 47-yard line here with 9:01 to play in the first half. 2 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Smith behind Dunn, who's back into the ball game. He'll flip it out for his wide receiver. A block in the back and another hard hit. James Newton coming up there and getting in on the action, then finished off as well by, I believe, Whitcraft maybe getting in on that one. It is a gain of 4 on the play on the pitch and catch.
You know, if you'll notice here, BJ, some of the D-backs have increased their cushion right there, so they're keeping the receiver in front of them. That's something they weren't doing at the beginning of the game.
Swickard with that catch. Moving it forward for about 5. They'll throw it out there. Got his man, it's going to be short of the sticks. Out to Gage Igles.
Pass completed, number 9, Gage
Igles, rather.
Tackle, 34, Megan Whitcraft.
It's going to be just shy of a first down. It'll be a gain of 4 on the play.
3rd and 1.
Bring up a 3rd down and 1 for Blue Valley Southwest.
Spring Hill, 39.
Wide receiver near side. 2 of them, rather. 1 to the far side. Smith just behind. Hard count. Broncos hold. Dunn at quarterback. He'll turn, handoff. Contact made at the line of scrimmage, but he busts through, and he's got the first down. It looked like a little bit of contact. A lot of D linemen trying to tackle, standing straight up and down. That's one thing I noticed on that particular play. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it moves the chains up to the 40-yard line.
For the Timberwolves, Spring Hill, 40-yard line.
First down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Smith again behind Dunn. Flushing, rolling, he's got some room. Outruns Dominic, down the sideline he goes. He's got a little bit more, spins inside, and down inside the 18-yard line.
You got to wonder where the defensive end was there. It looked like he got sucked in a little bit, and that is the cardinal rule for defensive end. You are outside contained. You got to keep your outside arm free. Nowhere to be seen.
A 24-yard, 23-yard run by the quarterback, Dunn. And it's first down and 10 from the 17-yard line.
Timeout, Spring Hill.
Timeout taken by the Broncos. It is first down and 10 from the 17. Broncos trying to hold out Blue Valley Southwest to get back into this one. They have battled back from a 14-point hole. We'll see what they got drawn up next when we return on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
First down and 10 from the 17-yard line. Turn, hand back the other way for Smith. And busting forward, good little running back into Parker Smith up near the 10-yard line. Beyond that, up to the 8. And it'll be, I think, enough for a first down and a 10-yard gain for Parker Smith. It's just shy, perhaps.
Second and 1.
It'll be a 9-yard gain officially. It'll bring up a second down and 1.
At the 8-yard line.
Turn, handoff again. Good penetration and a nice play defensively there. Brandon Richardson, submarine tackle inside there along with Noah Anderton.
Number 10, Brandon Richardson.
A nice play there by Richardson, and so they'll push him back for one more. Awesome one on the play to bring up a third down. Third down and 1. Broncos need a stop. Dunn will call for it. Rolling, looking, nearly caught. Another good one, Tate Everard trying to pick up his second touchdown of the game, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
On the coverage, number 85, Kate Johnson.
That thing's got to be in front of your face.
It helps when the microphone is actually in front of my mouth, not under my chin. It's all right, though.
Yeah, that was a darn near a touchdown. That was real close, and now they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 1.
See if the defensive line can get some penetration.
New quarterback, too. They'll try to run, a little wildcat. There's your penetration, waiting for some friends to get there. Can they get there? They do. They bottle it up, and it's a stop by the Broncos. No, they're going to say maybe they got enough on the lean. Ooh, it was real close. Maybe a little bit of last-minute effort by the quarterback who had just stepped into the game, Emmett Peters. And it is a stop by the Bronco defense. A 4th down, turnover on downs inside the 10 by Spring Hill. Remember that play.
And the best part of it, there were multiple Broncos involved from the defense. The first person there was able to hold him up, slow him down, and the rest of his friends came up and made the stop. Great job as a team by the Bronco defense. Exactly what they needed in this situation.
It was nearly a 4-minute drive that resulted in nothing. It ended up going 7 plays, but it eventually stops. And the Bronco right here, 5:18 on the clock. Broncos have 3 timeouts and a chance to take the lead going to the locker room, which is not something you would have thought about 2 minutes or 3 minutes into this game. Luke Metcalf in at quarterback. He'll turn, hand off Pipkin. Pipkin sees a little bit of hole driving forward. Nice little run there with your back against the wall across the 10 up near the 11-yard line. It'll be a gain of a couple and bring up a 2nd down and 7. 6, gain of 4. Nice turnover on downs there for Spring Hill. Man, the defense stepping up right when they needed to do so.
2nd and 6 for the Broncos.
.442 to play. Play clock at 9. Pipkin will be just to the left of Metcalf. Play clock at 5. Play clock just went from 8 to 5. Turn. And now a illegal procedure going to be called against Spring Hill. Football gods giveth and they taketh away.
They sure do.
Karma on the football field has a shelf life like brownie points do, you know? You better use your good karma because it's coming right back around.
Yeah.
2nd and 11 for the Broncos.
2nd down and 11 now for Spring Hill. Need a couple first downs here. Give yourself some breathing room. Metcalf calls for it. Turn, handoff, Pipkin. Good hole on the near side. Draven's got to get to that hole. It was there for a second and able to fight through for a couple, get back some of the penalty yardage. But now to bring up a 3rd down and about 5 here for Spring Hill.
You know, his line was almost a little bit too wide. It looks like he had his cut probably could have been a little smaller because he was out a little too far, but
3rd down and 5. Big one here for Spring Hill. Just inside 4 minutes to play in the first half. Metcalf flushed, steps up, lets it fly. He's got a man in and out of the hands of his would-be receiver for Spring Hill. A nice play again. Evan Brown out there in that one, the sophomore, just not able to reel it in. A little bit of mustard on that one from Luke Metcalf, but another good ball by Luke. Good presence in the pocket as well, but Broncos forced to punt.
That was really a pretty good throw, and it was on the run being chased down, and you can't ask for much more than that.
For the Timberwolves, number 22, Trey Thomas.
This is part of the field in the punting game that has not suited the Broncos very well. Got to execute here. Back to return is Hank Phillips. Royal to punt. Good snap. He'll get a boot into it. A good one. Phillips driving him back into midfield. He'll field it right at the 49. Near side return and tripped up. First contact for Spring Hill by Cade Myers, 6'2", 175, the sophomore, making a tackle on special teams.
My neighbor.
Yeah, nice. Must be that neck in the woods.
That's right.
Ball spotted at Spring Hill, 35.
One of my neighbors just ran in.
First and 10 Timberwolves.
Broncos had to come out and get a helmet fix for Thomas Davis. What were you going to say?
So the cool thing about a small town,
absolutely,
the kids that we talk about, we see them in the community, and we see them in our neighborhood, so it's pretty neat to see them on Fridays.
Start at the Spring Hill 35-yard line, best field position of the ball game for Blue Valley Southwest, and they'll have a stoppage in play. Not exactly sure what it is. Tim James, I believe, on that far sideline, coming in to discuss it. We'll see what they decide. 3:21 to play here in the first half. Again, the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show coming your way in just a moment. We'll recap this first half. We'll have the homecoming festivities as well. It'll be a non-traditional halftime perhaps, but we'll get to our business and we'll get to the fun. Wait for the call here from Mr. Oplotnik. Mike was probably cutting corn until exactly the time he had to leave to get here.
Well, he went to Olive Garden this afternoon for lunch.
Well, he must not have worked that hard in the field. Oh, it was raining maybe.
That's true. Yeah, some of those little guys down there, they got friends, or they got a guy.
You got a guy.
They got a guy.
Well, they end up kind of not having anything. Another
First and 10 Timberwolves at the Spring Hill
inadvertent
35.
whistle, perhaps, or just solving the problem. So first down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Little play action. There's that double move. He'll throw it up. A nice play. Coming up to swat that one out of the air again for the Broncos. This time it was Miles Bell in coverage. 5'10", 165-pound senior getting up there, knocking that one out, and it's an incomplete pass. Now you start looking at that clock. Again, the Broncos with 3 timeouts still.
Spring Hill 35.
First one incomplete. Second down and 10 from the 35. Again, straight drop again for Dunn. Stepping up. Now he's got a man wide open. Wide open behind coverage. The Broncos burn again in the secondary. And not a lot of pressure up front as well. He was able to easily slide out of that and wait and let his defense. That wide receiver ran for the far side.
Sure
That's
did.
a tough coverage
It
for
is.
the defensive back to stay in his pocket all that way. You've got to get a little more pressure on the quarterback. And instead, it's another big touchdown pitch and catch, a 35-yard pitch and catch for the Timberwolves.
And they'd avoided that up to, after those first 2 big plays, essentially they'd avoided that. Again, let the receiver get behind him, and if it's just tossing the ball to a wide open guy, it makes it pretty easy on the offense.
Hank Phillips, the beneficiary on that one. They'll kick the point after, and it is up and good. 21-13 your score, 3:09 to play. Broncos need to answer the final 3 of this half. We'll see if they can do it when we return. Right after this on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strode Orthodontics.
Stupid Go Brawly internet.
GoBrally allows you complete control over internet usage for all devices in your home from anywhere, as it should be. Visit GoBrally.com to learn more.
.309 to play here first half, 21-13. Broncos down by 8. Colton McKenna back to return, along with Cade Johnson. Jackson Garrett to kick it away for Blue Valley Southwest. Kick it away. Return from the 2 for McKenna. Across the 20. At the 25, still on his feet. Still on his feet, and falls forward across at the 26, maybe 27-yard line. It's a 25-yard return for Colton McKenna, and that's where Spring Hill will start this drive at their own 26-yard line.
McKenna cut so hard, I actually misjudged his cut there, and he I went one way, he went the other.
He fooled you.
He did. That's all right, though.
First and 10 Broncos.
This is a big drive here for Spring Hill. Again, it's just kind of been feast or famine. Blue Valley Southwest has scored on plays of 57, 78, and 35. They have yet to string together a drive. Turn, handoff, Pipkin, a load. It takes about 4 guys to bring him down. First contact there for Blue Valley Southwest was Jackson Reddy. But not before a gain of 6 for Pipkin.
3 for the Broncos at their own 34.
And they call him 7. I'll give it to him.
Benefit of the doubt.
Turn again, Pipkin. Breaks off one tackle. He's got the first down across the 40. It's in running room. Dragging a defender across the 45. And it is a gain of 13 on the run for Pipkin. And there's a timeout by Spring Hill, I believe. No, they're quick to the ball. They have to wait for the white hat.
Problem is the clock's running.
2:09 to play. Still plenty with 3 timeouts for the Broncos. Play action. Metcalf looking. Now flushed. Now flip it out. He's got his man in the open field. And a little flipping catch. A gain of 4.
Good vision. Good catch in traffic.
Out there to the tie end, Junior Jara.
On the tackle, number 32, Jackson Reddy.
Inside Timberwolf territory. Handoff, Pipkin. Another bounce off up near the 45-yard line. It'll be just short of it. It'll be a gain of 3.
Tackle made by number 44, Landon Christensen. 3rd and 2 for the
And a big
Broncos.
third down here. Minute 27 to play in the first half. Third down and 2. Turn. Little swing pass out here. He's got Torres. Torres has the first down across the 40. Spins out of one tackle across the 35 and out of bounds. Up to the 33-yard line. It's a 12-yard pass from Metcalf to Torres. And a nice chunk yardage there at the 33-yard line. Minute 6. Play stopped out of bounds. Broncos still have all 3 timeouts. 1:06 with 3 timeouts is like 4 minutes. Torres trying to sneak across the edge. That was a guy. Metcalf stepping up. Great pocket presence. He'll throw it out there for him. He's got the catch. Torres at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Broncos. A 33-yard pitch and catch. Stepping up in the pocket, Luke Metcalf feeling his way to the open spot, looking down the field and laying one out for Torres, who catches it and takes it to the house. 33-yard pitch and catch, and the Broncos are back in business.
Look at the senior quarterback there stepping up like he's been doing it all season long. That's some experience coming out. Great throw, nice touch. Torres almost stumbled a little bit when he caught the ball, but he was able to maintain his balance and take it to the house.
They'll go for 2 to try to even up. Well, wildcat for Pipkin. Coming to the near side, trying to pick his way. Draven reaching, leaning, and he's going to be just shy of the 2-point conversion. Good effort by the Broncos with a minute to play in the first half. It's a 2-point game. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Spring Hill Sports Live.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health. Advanced healthcare. Advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
(21-19), 56 seconds to play first half. Broncos need to avoid that big play. A 6-play, 93-yard drive, capped off at a 33-yard pitch and catch. Excuse me, not 93. It started at 26, rather. Near side return at the 9 for Swickard. He'll finally be brought down. A nice return there up to the 40-yard line. And that's where Blue Valley Southwest, they have one timeout. See how aggressive they get.
Ball be placed at the Timberwolves 43, first and 10.
Well, like you said earlier, they've been feast or famine the whole time, so let's.
Got to protect against the big play.
Yeah.
If you're the Broncos, have somebody deep against that. Start their own 43-yard line. With 50 seconds to play in the first quarter. The first half, rather. 3 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Done. Flip it underneath. Try a little underneath play and get some running room and add the stats.
And
a little extracurricular, probably unnecessary roughness was probably going to be the call, if that is still a call, but it'll be about a 15-yard pitch and catch.
There's a flag on the play.
And they'll tack it on to the end of this one. That is devastating.
That's big.
Personal foul. It's going to be unnecessary roughness, I'm sure.
So is it the tackle where he brought him down?
Yeah, he kind of brought him down, gave him a little
physical.
throw there at the end.
I
It's tough. I mean, you're in the middle of the play. He's still up technically, but it kind of is forward progress, and maybe just a little too aggressive. Straight back. They'll throw it out there. Done and incomplete. Stops the clock with 36 seconds to play. Their kicker has showed a propensity to be able to get a pretty good boot into it. He's perfect on PATs anyways.
Yeah, that reminds me of that. A couple weeks ago, Kelsey took that body slam to the ground. That's illegal in wrestling even.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe they didn't call that. But
he got fined.
Did he get
Old
fined?
boy did,
But it was
yeah.
no penalty, but he got fined.
Yeah. 2 wide receivers far side, 2 to the near side. Done. With Smith behind him. Straight drop. Plenty of time. Lets it fly. Wide open again. Swicker, touchdown. Started on special teams, good field position, then a penalty. And they got the ball with 50 seconds left, and they scored in 20 seconds.
You know, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board a little bit at halftime, and they're going to have to figure something out to keep those receivers. They did pretty well, you know, at the end of the first, beginning of the second quarter, but kind of right back to it right now. They're getting beat deep. You'd be hard-pressed to slow them down doing that.
Snaps back. Holds up. Their kick is up, and it's good. 27-19. They're scoring in bunches now here in Spring Hill. Broncos find themselves back in a hole. See if they can dig themselves out. Perhaps not. Second half coming up in just a little bit. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Your locally owned hometown Allstate agent is Libby Clark, now at her new location in downtown Spring Hill. Libby and her staff are passionate about the people they serve, helping them protect what matters most. With 24-hour customer service and options for online and in-person appointments, the Libby Clark Agency is the small-town agent you've grown to love, with the experience and products you'd expect from an industry-recognized premier agency. Visit them at their new location in downtown Spring Hill, just 1 block off Main on Hale, or call 913-686-6205.
Johnson and McCann will go back to receive for Spring Hill. Jackson Garrett will kick it away for Blue Valley Southwest. This one, little squib kick. That almost was disastrous again, and Wakecraft able to fall on top of it at the 25-yard line, and that's where Spring Hill will likely, I suspect, take a knee here.
Ball spotted at Spring Hill 25. First and 10 Broncos.
We'll see how aggressive they do get. Again, still 3 timeouts. I'm talking about those timeouts since there was about 3 minutes on the clock, and still got them somehow.
Yeah, they do.
28 seconds left. Metcalf, throw it over here, low and incomplete.
Pass incomplete, 10 for number 4, Bryce.
Again, stick around. We've got the homecoming coronation ceremony. We'll live stream here for you. In the midst of the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. On your way in just a moment. 24 seconds of game time to be exact. On a 2nd down and 10. McCann just to the right of Metcalf. Straight drop, again, plenty of time. Throws it out. Got a guy. Got to cut outside, get out of bounds. Not able to do it. They will be to call a timeout here. See if they do. 17 seconds to pass at 12 yards.
1st and 10 Broncos at their own 37. Timeout, Spring Hill.
Timeout taken by Spring Hill. There was 17 seconds on the clock. You got to be taking that timeout and lose about 3 right there. They will take the timeout. We'll keep it right here. Again, don't forget, Fall Festival activities in Spring Hill tomorrow. Kind of got started unofficially today with a golf tournament by the Spring Hill Rotary and the Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce working together. We were second in the second flight.
Nice.
Huh? That was 100% had nothing to do with me.
Yeah, there's a reason I don't play golf.
Yeah. There's a reason I don't either, but I still do. That's the real problem. Go to SpringHillFallFestival.com. Find out more. RC and the Amblers is the live band tomorrow. Hey, back in action. Waiting for that timeout to be over. And now they'll run the play here. 16 seconds. They're already able to get a couple of seconds put back on that clock. Run a little swing pass out here to McCann. He's got some running room. There was blocked well at the 40, and he slipped and sliding.
Pass complete, number 5, Colton McCann.
Ends up being a gain of just 4. The Broncos will take a timeout here with 8 seconds. There's not a lot to risk here, perhaps, so you might take a chance if you got another big play. Jackson Torres across the formation might be a good option.
Make it 2nd and 5 for the Broncos.
Going back there, car and
Spring Hill.
Car and Bike Show on Sunday, 10 to 3. Chili Cook-Off on Sunday as well. Some of the fun activities. Kansas City Chiefs watch party in the park. They have a 14-foot screen in the park. You can go watch the Chiefs game on Sunday. Bring your lawn chair for that. Here we go. 2nd down and 5. Just 8 seconds on the clock. 7 seconds. Metcalf looking. Lets it fly. Heaves it down the field. He wants Torres, and it is intercepted. He gave it a chance, put it on a little bit of a ride, and that's okay. Again, you're not risking a whole lot, and it's the final play of the first half as well. So the Broncos, boy, they did some damage, had some damage done to them early. Scored 13 unanswered to try to get back at it, and then kind of back and forth. Here we go. 28-19, your score. Broncos down by 9 at the break. Lots to get to here in the halftime show. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and kick off the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's heating and air conditioning company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
At Olathe Health, we perform cutting-edge surgical procedures because changing lives with innovative care drives us, one patient at a time. Olathe Health. Advanced healthcare. Advancing lives.
If you're off your game because of pain or injury, turn to Olathe Health, because orthopedics is our game. Joint repair and replacement, chronic conditions and injuries, hand surgery, sports medicine. Make an appointment today.
Prime Accounting Solutions in Spring Hill is here to help you and your business grow. From accounting services to tax planning, Prime Accounting is here to help you meet your goals and achieve your dreams. The accountants at Prime Accounting Solutions stay up to date on the latest news and information, ensuring the best options, services, and
Back out here on the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. BJ Harris, Matt Jones along with you here at the break. The Broncos find themselves at that score, 28-19 down here against Blue Valley Southwest. We'll turn it over to the PA announcer and the ceremony here for homecoming.
Ashley has played Bronco basketball and has been a member of both cross-country and track teams. She also has been invited to PALS, Lynx, NHS, FCA, and currently serves as a student council reporter. Ashley is kind to her peers and her teachers and goes out of her way to help them when she can. Her positive and fun approach to life allows her to emit sunshine everywhere she goes. Ashley is undecided about her college of choice, but plans to study exercise science and hopes to continue her track career. Miles is escorted by his parents Kathleen and Mike Bell. Miles, an honor roll student, has been a member of both Bronco football team and wrestling teams throughout his high school career. He was a wrestling state qualifier. He is also a semi-professional race car driver. Miles is a positive, energetic person who makes every day fun. Miles plans to pursue a career in construction following graduation. Our second couple is Daly Browning and Thomas Davis. Daly is escorted by her parents Mandy and Jason Browning. Daly is a four-year member of the Bronco cheer squad. She's a cheer captain and has been recognized as an All-American cheerleader. She is involved in Lynx, the Thespian Society, and Hype Squad, where she serves as a social media manager. In her free time, she coaches KCFC cheerleading. Daly is a hard-working student who not only cares about her success, but the success of her classmates as well. She has a big heart and is kind to everyone. Daly plans to major in elementary education and minor in social media and digital marketing. She is still deciding on her college of choice. Thomas is escorted by his parents Aaron and Jeff Davis. Thomas really enjoys studying and reading. He has been involved in the Bronco baseball, football, and wrestling programs during his high school career. In his free time, he loves to hang out with his friends and do outdoor activities. Thomas is so funny and can always be counted on to put a smile on the faces of his wittiness. Thomas hopes to attend Pittsburgh State next year and major in construction management. Our third couple this evening is Addie Hendrick and Ernesto Garcia. Addie is escorted by her parents Ty Lee and Kent Hendrick. Addie has been involved with the Bronco volleyball team for 4 years. She has been a 3-year letter winner and was awarded an all-academic honorable mention by the Kansas Volleyball Association. Addie is an honor roll student and has been received a certificate of merit for outstanding accomplishments in her academics. Addie is a hardworking, dedicated, and driven student athlete with a bright future. She is respectful and appreciative of both her peers and her teachers and is fun to have around. Addie plans to attend the University of Kansas to study exercise science and become a physical therapist. Ernesto is escorted by his mother Arceli Santos and his brother Enrique Garcia. Ernie has played Bronco tennis and is enjoying his first year of the Bronco football team. He is on the honor roll and is a member of the volunteer class. Ernie's sense of humor and outgoing personality enhances the atmosphere of any gathering. He always makes a point of being friendly and respectful and will be successful in whatever he chooses to tackle in life. Ernie plans to attend JCCC next year and major in business and construction management. Our fourth couple this evening is Marin Ruffin and Luke Metcalf. Marin is escorted by her parents Alyssa and Jason Ruffin. Marin is a member of the varsity tennis team and Bronco band. She's also involved in FCA and serves as a student council, student body vice president. She's been induced into the National Honor Society. Marin is a very motivated and passionate student in everything she does. Marin is always so kind and does exactly what is asked of her, and then some. She is dedicated to helping others be successful while not jeopardizing her success as well. Marin plans to attend KU and major in history and political science. She would like to become a criminal justice attorney. Luke is escorted by his parents Jennifer Metcalf and Matt Metcalf. Luke is a 4-year member of the basketball and football teams. He's an honor roll student and has been trained as a PAL peer helper. Luke is a very well-rounded young man. He is bright and talented. Luke is a hard worker and is able to rise to a challenge. He is always kind and respectful. Luke plans to major in sports medicine and continue his basketball or football career. Our final couple is Emery Stevenson and Remington White. Emery is escorted by her parents Melissa and Chris Stevenson and son Ryder. Emery has been on the Bronco volleyball and track teams. She is a member of the state volleyball team her freshman and junior years. She is an honor roll student and has received a KVA All-Academic Honor Roll recognition. Emery has demonstrated discipline, grace, and true strength in her time at SHHS. These attributes of hers will take her far in life. Emery plans to attend JCCC in the fall and pursue a career as a physician's assistant. Remington is escorted by his parents Kim Gillis White and Matthew White. Remy is a 4-year member of the Bronco Band, specializing in the drumline. He is also a thespian and has been cast in every main stage musical and play in high school. He's been involved in the student publications all 4 years in high school and currently the editor-in-chief of the yearbook. He's been invited to participate in NHS and PALS. Remy has been involved in student council all 4 years of high school and is currently serves as the student body president. While Remy may be one of the busiest students in high school, he completes all of his obligations with a smile and with quality. He is truly trustworthy, kind, and unrelatedly hilarious. Remy plans to major in journalism and minor in cultural studies to become an international journalist. The Student Council would like to thank administrators and teachers who have helped make this exciting week possible. A special thank you to Jenny Koch of Wild Hill Flowers for the donation of the beautiful queen and attended flower this evening. Performing the crowning is this evening is last year's homecoming queen, Corel Callan. Corel is currently at Kansas State University majoring in business management with hopes to pursue a career in medical sales. Also performing the crowning this year is last year's homecoming king, Brandon Stillmaker. Brandon is currently studying at Missouri S&T. He is majoring in physics. Assisting in tonight's coronation ceremony are student council members Hunter Van Fleet, Grace Appa, Ava Crabtree, and Aubrey Fuchs. The 2022 homecoming king is Remington White. The 2022 homecoming queen is Ashley Brown. Congratulations to our 2022 King and Queen and to all of our homecoming candidates. And best of luck to our Broncos as they finish the second half. Go Broncos!
There you go. Congratulations to those two young people and all the kids for being nominated. Certainly got nice recognition by your peers here on homecoming. Again, here at Broncos, right now at the half, they find themselves down 28-19. Plenty to talk about here on the Michael Gray and Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. We'll get to all that fun and more when we return in just a little bit. It's homecoming night tonight in Spring Hill. The Broncos got some work ahead of them in the second half. We'll talk about the first half when we return after this on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
You've been in there over 30 minutes. You don't pay the water bill, get out.
Wouldn't it be great if you could control your internet usage like other utilities?
I can.
No, I mean if you could control how much usage there was so you could save yourself money, like with water.
Yeah, I know. I already can with Go Brawly.
Oh, well, now you can. With the all-new app from Go Brawly, you'll have complete control from anywhere. Visit GoBrawly.com to learn more.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Supreme Mechanical Solutions is a heating, AC, and refrigeration company with over 25 years of experience. They install and maintain equipment for residential and commercial customers throughout Kansas City with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. And they're available 24/7 for emergency repairs. Financing is available for system replacements. For supreme quality, think Supreme Mechanical Solutions. Learn more at smsofkc.com or call 913-433-4567.
Back out here on the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. We are being entertained by the Spring Hill High School drill team, flag team, as well as the dance team and the cheerleading squad, a full unit, as well as the mascot out there doing some activities. We'd love to broadcast that for you, although our platform is pretty big stickler about some of the music they do play in these routines, so I'll just continue to talk over the top of them, so therefore the algorithm on YouTube doesn't hear this song and therefore make this broadcast go away. That's why we do that. Would love to show those, though. A nice routine here by the dance team. We had the band and the cheer as well. We had the band go earlier today and did a nice performance, and it's just so many kids involved. Always a lot of fun here at Spring Hill High School. We're in the midst of this one, though, the Broncos and the Blue Valley Southwest Timberwolves. Here's how we got to where we are as we recap this first half. Blue Valley would start this game as the Spring Hill would win the toss, elect to defer. They'll have the ball coming out of the locker room here, trying to get back again from a 9-point deficit. They trail here 28-19 at the halftime break. Blue Valley would start at their own 33-yard line. They would have a pass interference called on the first play of the game. And then the next play, they basically ran the exact same play. This time they connect. A 57-yard pitch and catch from quarterback Dylan Dunn to his wide receiver. That time it was Tate Everard. So just like that, not 17 seconds into the game, and the Broncos were down 7-0. Spring Hill would take it over. They'd be forced to punt. Blue Valley would start at their own 7-yard line. It was a very good play defensively or special teams-wise by McCann to tackle inside the 10. Blue Valley would start at their own 7-yard line. It wouldn't matter. They had a 19-yard play, and then on the second play, what was the fourth play of the game, a 78-yard touchdown run by Parker Smith with 9:10 to go in the first quarter. The Broncos were down 14-0. Spring Hill would start at their own 22-yard line the ensuing drive, and they put together a beauty. It was a nice response after falling behind down 14. The Broncos go 11 plays, 78 yards, take 4:50 off the clock, and cap it off on a 3-yard touchdown run by Draven Pipkin. On that drive alone, Pipkin with runs of 3, 6, and 3. Colt McCann getting in on as well. Broncos were benefited by a pass interference on 4th down to keep that drive alive. And they strike and make it 14-6 after a missed point after, 14-7, as they do make the point after attempt. Blue Valley would start at their own 23-yard line with 4:07 to play in the first quarter, and they would be forced to punt after a holding penalty kind of derailed the start of that drive. Spring Hill would get it back, and they would answer again, this time with good field position at the Blue Valley 48-yard line with 2:18 to play in the first quarter, and it would be a 3-play drive. The first one was a nice pitch and catch from quarterback Luke Metcalf, as well for the Broncos to make that touchdown catch. Cade Johnson, a 36-yard touchdown catch by Johnson, 36-yard catch by Johnson, got him into scoring opportunity, and then 2 plays later, a 12-yard touchdown run by Draven Pipkin, his second of the game. The Broncos do miss the point after attempt, and with that make it 14-13 with 1:30 to play in the first quarter. Blue Valley would have to punt on their next drive, so would Spring Hill. Blue Valley would get it back and put together a long drive. They would start at their own 47-yard line. They would go 6 plays. They'd have a run of 23 in there, but eventually they would get into a spot. And at one point, it was 3rd down and 1. And the Broncos stop them. They lose one. The next play, they stop them again and turn them over on downs, and the Broncos make a big stop at that point with 5:18 to go in the half. They're not able to do much with it and end up punting it away. Blue Valley would get it back, and they go back to work again. They get it back at the Spring Hill 35-yard line. A big return puts them with 3:30 to go at the Bronco 35. And then 2 plays later, a 35-yard touchdown run by Hank Phillips. Pitch and catch, rather, from quarterback Dylan Dunn to Hank Phillips. With 3:09 to play, it's 21-13. Spring Hill would get it back at their own 26-yard line, just under 3 to play in the first half. And they would answer again. This time it was a 6-play drive, 33-yard pass and catch from Metcalf to Jackson Torres with 56 seconds left. The Broncos go for 2 with a chance to tie it. You think the first half's over. Nope. As Blue Valley Southwest gets it back at their own 43-yard line with 50 seconds left and another big play. A pass is caught, and a 15-yard pass is caught. And at the end of that play, a unnecessary roughness call tacks on another 15 yards. So the Broncos have given up 30 in that chunk. And with that, Blue Valley's right in business. And they, at the very next play, a touchdown pass from Dunn. This time he finds Sam Swickard on a 28-yard catch. And with 30 seconds to play in the first half, the Broncos find themselves back down again. And that's down by the score that we have right now. And again, that is 28-19. The Broncos down by 9. They've lost the scoreboard here inside the stadium, and so we will keep it right there. That's how we got to where we are. 29-18, Broncos trail. We'll come back and get your halftime stats brought to you by Supreme Mechanical Solutions. Second half coming up next as well, right after this on the Michael Gray and Farm Bureau Financial Services Halftime Show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
What is typically a daunting, frustrating, and intimidating experience was enjoyable and exciting because of Amy. She listened to what we envisioned for our future home and was able to show us houses that reflected this. She was with us every step of the way, taking the time to answer our phone calls and text. We ended up with our dream home all thanks to Amy.
Feel at home while you find your next home with Amy Kelly of Reese Nichols Real Estate. Amy goes above and beyond for her clients and even makes a contribution to Ronald McDonald House with every closing. Contact Amy Kelly to buy or sell your home.
Massage is more than relaxation. Apex Massage Therapy can go beyond with targeted work for headaches and sinuses, myofascial releases, trigger point therapy, neuromuscular therapy, reflexology, cupping, and hot stones. Kylie's hands go right to the problem areas and work out all the issues. She is certified in prenatal massages, oncology, lymphatic drainage, pre- and post-surgery massages, and she can also work on minors and athletes. For openings and specials, like and follow Apex MT on Facebook.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com.
Welcome back out here on the Michael Gray and Farm Bureau Financial Services Halftime Show. It's time to take a look at our halftime stats. And it's beautiful outside. Weather's changing. Time to think about that heating and air conditioning system. And when you do, you need to talk to the folks at Supreme Mechanical Solutions. Supreme Mechanical Solutions, when your thermostat is too hot or a little too cold, call SMS. Learn more at smsofkc.com. Check them out on Facebook or call 913-433-4567. Get our halftime thermostats brought to you by Supreme Mechanical Solutions. Well, for the Broncos offensively, this is the stats we'll bring to you here. First up for Draven Pipkin, man, doing it the hard way. 53 yards on 13 carries, but he's got those 2 touchdowns as well to get the Broncos right into it. His counterpart on the ground, rushing-wise, for Colton McKenna, he has 25 yards on 5 carries. He also got into the passing game in this one. Luke Metcalf, he's got a -8 because he's a quarterback, took a sack on that one. Before that, he had 23 yards on 3 carries. And through the air, man, if you say, hey, Luke, you're going to have to step in. He's played quarterback before in a varsity game, so you're not real worried about it. But, man, if you said at halftime he's 6 of 11 for 102, 1 touchdown and an interception. That interception's just in junk time, just trying to throw one up there on the last play of the half. And so it's still in the scorebook, unfortunately, but you could kind of take it away. That's a pretty good first half for Luke Metcalf. He threw a really nice ball to Jackson Torres. He had another one that could have been a big play that was dropped also in that first half. And so he has done his part here, has the senior on homecoming. And so those stats, again, Pipkin, 53 yards on 13 carries for 2 touchdowns. And quarterback Luke Metcalf, 6 of 11, 102, a touchdown, and an interception. Those are brought to you by Supreme Mechanical Solutions. We are in the midst of the Michael Grand Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Don't forget, coming up next week, back in action on the road this time after 2 weeks at home at Ottawa. We'll have that one for you, and then return here in 2 weeks for a game against Paola. I do encourage you to go to varsitysportslive.com. You can see all the broadcasts for this week on there, as well as upcoming broadcasts coming up in the future. That'll be the best place to find out not only where the Broncos are playing, but if they maybe are playing across one of our other network broadcasts and some of our other sports and volleyball, soccer, wrestling, so on and so forth. So go to varsitysportslive.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook as well at Varsity Sports Live, and follow your team's page, Spring Hill Sports Live, on Facebook. We're at halftime of this one. The Broncos trail by 9. We'll see if they can get them back when we return. We're back in 1 minute for the second half of this one on your home for Bronco Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Here we go in the second half. First half kickoff, just like the second half. Brought to you by Seats Incorporated. Or more at seatsinc.com. Returned by Colt McCann on the far side at about the 8. He'll be driven back at the 24-yard line, and that's where the Broncos will start this second half. I cannot stress enough, I believe, how important this first drive of this second half is. Broncos, when they've had opportunities to get back into this game, they have...
First and 10 Broncos at their own 24.
Then let them kind of come right back with those big plays. So, yeah, a little more. So Broncos offensively, 2 wide receivers near side, tight end far side, D'Albini. Or Junior Jara, that's D'Albini rather. Turn handoff, McCann, just trying to get something. That's Pipkin. I'll get him right eventually. It's just a gain of a couple.
Good roll forward, though, by Pipkin.
Carry number 2, Draven Pipkin.
Landing on the plus side is always good.
Second and 8 for the Broncos. Their own 26.
Blitz coming. Turn, handoff. That's a good place to have a run play into it. The guy blitzed actually came in to make the first contact, so he was able to recover and bend backwards to make that tackle. It's a no gain on the play.
On the carry, number 2.
You missed it. You were down being cheered at, but Luke Metcalf, 6 of 11, 102 and a touchdown, and then that interception there late, obviously, not really much, but that's a pretty good first half for the senior quarterback.
Absolutely.
Senior wide receiver until
That's
this
right.
week. 3 wide receivers this side, 1 to the far side. 3rd down and 7. Pressure coming. Steps up, lets it fly. He's got his man. Kirshner can't make the finish the catch. Boy, it was in his hands and just couldn't ever get it back into his body. As the contact came at the exact right time by Trey Thomas. That was almost a really nice play there by Kirshner, but it falls incomplete in a punting situation.
At their own 26.
Just that close. And a punting situation now for Spring Hill with 10:49 to go in the third quarter.
Deep for the Timberwolves, number 22, Trey Thomas.
They'll get it a punt away, Will Royal, and that is a beauty. I mean, this is going to be a dandy. All the way down to the 20 before it is brought down.
By none other.
It's going to be about a 40, almost 50-yard punt down to the 21-yard line, and that does flip the field just a bit.
It's one of those special teams breaks that they've been looking for. See if the defense can step up, create some pressure on the quarterback.
Blue Valley will start at their own 21-yard line. 10:40 to play. It's time coming through Parker Smith. Boy, he runs hard.
On the carry, number 34, Parker Smith. Tackle made by number 31, Noah Anderton.
Anderton again in on the action. A gain of 3 on the play for Smith. It'll bring him a 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7 for the Timberwolves at their own 24.
Valley Southwest taking their time here. They got a 9-point lead and they want to hold on to it. Done. Rolling. So Fly's got his man. Boy, throws a nice ball on the roll out to that far sideline. Going up, making that catch with his hands. A good one by Gage Igas. And it ends up being about a 5-yard pitch and catch.
3rd and 3 for the Timberwolves.
That's a difficult route for a high school quarterback to throw at the receiver going across the field like that, rolling, moving.
It's my own stuff.
I'm not going to ask. Do what you want over there.
He'll send a man in motion, flip that tight end to the near side. Again, rolling, Dunn lets it out. He's got his man across the 30 and brought down about the 32-yard line. Another good sure tackle there in the open field by Whitcraft, but it is a gain of 5 and a first down for the Timberwolves.
Whitcraft's having a good game day. A lot of good, solid tackles, good coverage, keeping the receiver in front of him, but got to put some pressure on the quarterback.
Short passing game here for Blue Valley Southwest, keeping this drive alive. 9:45 to go and counting in the third quarter. Broncos down by 9. Wide receiver near side, Everard. One to the far side. Dunn with Smith behind him. He looks to pass. He'll throw it up over the top, trying to go over the top of the defender. And, again, good coverage that time for Spring Hill. Giving him pretty good cushion over there. Ryan Paul, the 5'8", 135-pound junior, able to track that one down. And falls incomplete, brings up 2nd down and 10. That time it did not have much of a double move or any kind of play action to suck him in, and that allowed the secondary to not peek in that backfield. It's caught him before already.
Yep.
2 wide receivers near his side. He'll send a man in motion, Everard. Rolling. Dunn, looking. Throws it out. Again, intended for Everard. Good coverage once again for the Broncos.
Yep.
Kelson McAllister, 5'11", 165, a senior in coverage there. That brings up 3rd down and 10. Well, now if you're Blue Valley Southwest, you find yourself in a situation at 3rd and 10 inside the 35-yard line. Broncos need to get off the field here defensively.
Big down for the Broncos.
3rd and 10 for the Timberwolves at their own 33.
Avoid the silly penalties.
Balance formation here with Smith, the one guy setting it off to the near side. Straight drop, throws it over the middle. Got his man to cut. Up across the 45. Tackle made by Newton.
Coverage was there. It was really well thrown ball. Good route.
Sam Swickard, he's been in the mix here in this one.
First and 10 for the Timberwolves at their own 46.
And it was 3rd and 10, able to get 12. And first down and 10 here from the 41-yard line. 3 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Again done. Right in the heart of the defense. And just lowering the boom. Nice play there for Cooper Liker.
It's a big, tall receiver. He's a big dude.
That was at the 41. And all the way down to the 35-yard line. So a 24-yard pass. And they are marching down the field now. I tell you what, that front four needs to get home a little bit. He has had plenty of time back there. They're pretty quick passes, but that one 23 yards down the field.
Yeah.
Not much. They're finally bringing a little blitz, and that gets him to force it out there as Noah Anderton was coming right down. I mean, maybe a little more of that. The problem with you blitz, you leave yourself a one-on-one, but if you're just going to sit down in the zone and you're not getting any pressure, it's kind of a double-edged sword there.
Yeah, he's going to be able to pick them apart all day. They're going to have to do something a little more creative on the defensive line. I mean, at this point, you know, we've kind of seen what they are. Let's see something on the D-line. Let's see a stunt. Let's see something to mix it up a little bit and try to create some chaos back there. And, you know, okay, we might give up a play, but let's see what we can do.
Well, that time the pressure did come from Anderson right up the middle, and that made him to flip it out there. And if he's not open, that ends in a big sack.
Sure.
And another nice pickup there. Back out for Liker, and that's about a 9-yard gain for Liker. It has been a pass on every play. The run was the very first play, I guess, and then it's been pass every time since then. Another first down, and at the 20, this drive started their own 21-yard line, and not that long ago. About 3 minutes ago, exactly, when I said that. Handoff, Smith, and they'll hit him in the pass, and then right up the middle with the run. Really good sequence of play calls.
I was getting ready to say the same
Yeah,
thing.
Sorry.
No,
Took
you're
that
good.
away from you.
They definitely did their homework at halftime. That's just good coaching, good offensive philosophy. They changed up. They kind of went away from the big play, honestly, and just said, we're going to lull you to sleep with the short passes, and then, boom, right up the gut.
Well, and on that, they were trying to widen that defense a little bit to try to get that coverage on the edge, and all that did was widen him out, and then you hit him right in the middle. I mean, pretty good drive for the Timberwolves to I was thinking Thunderwolves. That'd be pretty cool, too.
That's a neat nickname.
I know. 35-19 your score. Broncos have given up back-to-back scores here late in the first half and to start this second half. They got some room to grow. We'll see if they can get it done when we return after this on Spring Hill Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
35-19. Blue Valley Southwest scores on an 8-play, 79-yard drive, capped off on a 20-yard touchdown run by Parker Smith. Took 3:06 off the clock. They did it quick, efficiently. Looked like the guys that play in red on Sundays, just right down the field.
Methodical.
Methodically quick and fast.
Yeah,
that's how it comes. You just have no time to really recover.
Well, that's the thing. Methodical can be, like you said, it can be quick and fast. It's just they had a plan, they stuck to it. And
Broncos have a chance. Plenty of time here to respond. 7:28 to play in the third quarter. They'll start at their own 20-yard line. Wide receiver far side, Evan Brown. Near side is Kirshner. Oh my.
Dear.
Metcalf had looked down for a second. He's just going to eat this one. As his forward progress, lucky to get him out to near the 3-yard line. That's going to be a huge loss of 17 yards.
That's a miscommunication. I don't.
Snap in the backfield.
Neither of the Metcalf or Pipkin were looking up. They were both looking away when the center snapped it.
2nd and 27 for the Broncos.
So they will start there all the way back now to the 3. And it'll be a 2nd down and 27. Metcalf turn, handoff, McKenna, lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Carter Meek just destroyed some kid.
Tackle made by number 32, Jackson Reddy.
He was on the near side, though, out of the play, but ends up being almost another loss. Going the wrong direction now are the Broncos. Third down, the country mile. And now play clock at 4. You just take a delay game here. You just take a delay game here, probably. Save your timeout. It's only a split the difference. I mean, what is another yard and a half there?
Yeah.
Perhaps in that situation. They will take the timeout with exactly 6 to go. We'll take it with them. We're back at 30 for a big third down. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2015. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. Third down and 28 for Spring Hill. Metcalf throws it way deep. Kirshner settled in way low. That was a miscommunication on routes. And again, that Luke and Kirshner probably have not worked together all that much here in the season. Obviously, they run plenty of routes as a backup quarterback, but that was just a miscommunication in a punting situation here. And this has not been a foregone conclusion all season long here. Hopefully Broncos can get one away and just try to save a little face here on that particular drive that didn't start well.
The Broncos, number 60.
And that pretty much spelled doom at that point.
Well, in that situation, Metcalf's thinking, okay, I definitely can't throw an interception here,
right.
So my other option is to just launch it.
Royal is on the end line. He'll get a boot into. He's kicked really well here in this game. This one fielded at the 38-yard line. Far side return. Oh boy. Phillips got some running room.
Wow.
That's Trey Thomas, rather. And then he has break out of a couple tackles, and then is all the way down to just outside the 5-yard line.
On the return, number 22, Trey Thomas.
Coaching special teams, playing special teams, there's an outside contain guy on the backside of every play. That is your one job. You are supposed to stay there and do not let the guy cut back. The guy cut back.
He did cut back, and that was a big one for Blue Valley Southwest. They are going to start at the Spring Hill 7-yard line. And this could be a early nail in the coffin of this game here. We hope not. Still plenty of time in this game, but boy, a 3-score deficit is going to be a problem. Turn, handoff, new running back in there trying to bounce outside. He'll be escorted onto the sideline and out of there, but beyond the 5-yard line, up near the 4 to be a gain of 3. On the carry for Blue Valley Southwest, Luke Faulkner. 45 rather. Connor Faulkner.
Tackled by number 10, Brandon Richardson.
And it'll give him a yard on the play, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and goal from the 6. Now, the Broncos have been in this situation back against the wall wasn't quite this dire, but they were in a place earlier in the game where at one point they had 3rd down and 1 down inside the 10. The Broncos were able to hold it there. They went on to score after that one. Rolling, Dunn, looking, flip it into the end zone, and touchdown. Off to Gage Igas. I think that maybe is the 4th wide receiver as well to make a catch. It's the 3rd time this game Blue Valley Southwest has scored on 2-play drives. And that time it's a 6-yard pitch and catch.
Well, getting that methodical, good, well-planned out drive, and then you have a huge, huge mistake. That's tough to recover from. They're already down. Homecoming night, they're a little distracted anyway, I'm sure.
Things are not going well
here
for the Broncos to start this second half. Down 42-19 here with 4:49 to go in the third. We're back in 30 seconds.
Option Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
42-19, Broncos trailing here. A game where at one point they were within 2, 21-19. And there's been 21 unanswered. McCanna. Middle return up near the 34-yard line. He'll be brought down, and that's where Spring Hill will start this one.
Tackled by number 19, Karsten Fontura.
BJ, thinking out loud about 5A East. Mill Valley. Road goes through there. DeSoto's undefeated, I believe. How's Pittsburgh?
I think they're good. I think they're okay. They've been competitive. I don't know. They're probably not a team that's going to go win the east half of 5A.
Well, no. Are they competitive with like a Blue Valley Southwest, who's their first win of the year? But obviously, like we said, the EKL is tough, so probably 2 comparable teams.
Oh, boy.
Oh, dear.
That's going to be a helmet hit. That's going to be a free 15. Broncos are going to get a break here. And he was all over that on the near side. Was that near side official? And lowering that head and putting it into the helmet. I don't think it wasn't intentional. It just was, and you got to police that a little bit. We'll see what the officials actually sort out here. But
you still can't do it. That's the thing. They're keeping the players safe, and that's the most important thing in football is keeping everybody from getting hurt.
I was doing a game one time. Pittsburgh State was at Emporia State, and a kid it was questionable, one of those calls. He got ejected. It was probably the first 4 minutes of the game. One of the key defensive players gets ejected. That game goes into a weather delay for like 8 hours. So this guy played 4 minutes of football and then sat in a locker room for like 9 hours, and then they finally just called it till the next day. It was one of the weirder games we've ever had.
Is Pitt down there tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Pitt State at Emporia State.
What time's that game?
No.
Got free time.
Turn, hand up, Pipkin, big hole. Barrels down across the 45, still on his feet, driving forward. Draven Pickford taking out some frustration, driving across the 40-yard line. It's a 17-yard run by Draven Pipkin. And a big one there.
Running with some pride, running with some anger. I like to see it.
Well, he just got popped in the helmet on a pass that was incomplete, and then immediately goes back and puts 19 or 17 on the ground.
Good for him.
The Broncos need to score quickly here and give themselves a chance. Metcalf. Not much doing there, just a complete jailbreak on the up front. Cooper Dialbini still learning the blocking position at tight end. When he figures it out, watch out.
Second and 14 for the Broncos. Southwest 42.
3 wide receivers far side. It's a loss of 4. Metcalf running, throws it back against the grain. Not a bad idea. Dangerous, yeah, but too much. Just running for his life. That O-line's going to have to step up here. Falls incomplete to bring up a 3rd down and 14.
3rd and 14 for the Broncos.
You know, we were talking about, the East half of 5A here a little bit ago, and this is a good game for them to play. They need to play teams like Blue Valley Southwest every single year. They need to play DeSoto. They need to play Lansing, Shawnee Heights, teams that are, they're going to have to see in the playoffs. They're big. They're similarly sized schools.
Metcalf, this time plenty of time. He'll throw it, looking for Torres. Torres has got to flatten out that route. Nearly did. He had to make a big adjustment to try to put himself in a position. He almost did. It would have been a big one on 3rd down instead of bringing up a 4th down and 14. And I think you go for it here. You don't really have a choice. Trying to get back into this one.
Timberwolves 42.
They are going to punt, though. It's kind of a bad situation. I'm not exactly sure how to play that one. If you got a fake, it'd be a good place for it.
It would be.
No, Anderton's a guy who would run for 14 yards. Is that up back? Royal will come on his heels at his own 45-yard line. Phillips is back. That's Trey Thomas back to return. Good snap. Another good timing. They'll get away from it. That'll take an excellent roll again. And stop there at the 14-yard line. Another good job by the Broncos. Special teams on the punt game. They have improved a little bit. Carson Royal, the 6'2", 200-pound sophomore. Kicker and punter, both sophomores. Yeah, the sophomore quarterback who is out with an injury. Broncos youth movement here a little bit.
Torres, sophomore.
After a class of seniors, I don't know how many they had last year, like in the 20s maybe.
22?
Yeah.
20, maybe more than that.
So a punt, 3:17 to play.
1st and 10,
That's where Blue Valley will start. Blue Valley Southwest will start this one at their own 17-yard line. Yep. Done. Handoff right side. Good job up front. Broncos kind of been hit and miss up front on the running game, and this time coming up Anderton and Richardson, 2 leading tacklers on this team.
Number 34, Parker Smith.
Each had 12 last week against Eudora. And knowing Eudora, those were not 12 fun tackles to make.
2nd and 11 for the Timberwolves at 16.
2nd down and 11. Wide receiver near side. Tight end will flip. Faulkner. Turn, handoff. Smith trying to pick his way. Again, Anderton's there at the point of attack. Very nice job. Along with Whitcraft coming in and playing that. Brandon Richardson. And not much there. No gain. Nice job by the Bronco defense.
Interestingly, these schools are probably less than 10 miles apart, but it seems like they're, Blue Valley District, basically neighbors.
Yeah. You were talking to them, they're 0-3, Broncos 1-2. The difference is, you can't tell. You can't tell. They got big players, they got fast players, you got athletic players. It's just so much more competitive sometimes, and it's tough. Flip it out, and nearly caught. The way that sideline reacts, they do make it a catch. That's a crazy catch. This kid is just whenever he just comes in the game, he makes plays. That's Cooper Liker. And it was on a 3rd down. That ball was out about the 17-yard line and all the way out now to the 34. A 17-yard pass on a 3rd and 11.
Well, case in point, Southwest got drilled by Miege. Miege was beating Rockhurst at halftime. Everybody knows Rockhurst is solid. They're traditional Missouri power, so.
Done again, a nice pass, cuts back, a nice one off the catch, and another. This time it's going to be 21, 22 yards. We'll say at 21, to number 21, Sam Swickard. And that's scored out of bounds by Newtons, but they are inside Bronco territory now. some point you switch to kind of pride mode. Don't want to have any more points on that board. They're dangerously close to half 100. Wide receiver near side. Swickert will sweep up there on the far side. Done. Ball's at the 43-yard line. Handoff Smith. Faulkner, the lead fullback, out there getting blocks. That's been the difference. Probably something we haven't said enough about on those runs where he's had, but 45 is a pretty good little lead blocker for them. And he ends up getting 9 on the play. Bring him a 2nd down and 1.
2nd and 1 for the Timberwolves, Spring Hill 34.
Left to run one more play here in this third quarter. It has been one to forget for the Broncos, and one certainly to remember here for Blue Valley Southwest as they have kind of taken control of this game here in the second half. That touchdown right before halftime was kind of a killer. Turn handoff Smith, trying to find the outside edge now. Patience a little bit, and he just kind of stretches that one out for an easy gain, enough for the first down certainly, and then a little bit more. Ended up being a gain of 10 yards. Make it 11. Where's that ball going to be spot at, boys? There. Oh, there we go. I have to know so I can say what it is. It's a gain of 8. But it does move the chains. That's the end of 3. Broncos got a lot of work to do here in the fourth. We'll see if they can do it when we return right after this on your home for Bronco Athletics. Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strody Orthodontics.
What is typically a daunting, frustrating, and intimidating experience was enjoyable and exciting because of Amy. She listened to what we envisioned for our future home and was able to show us houses that reflected this. She was with us every step of the way, taking the time to answer our phone calls and texts. We ended up with our dream home all thanks to Amy.
Feel at home while you find your next home with Amy Kelly of Reese Nichols Real Estate. Amy goes above and beyond for her clients and even makes a contribution to Ronald McDonald House with every closing. Contact Amy Kelly to buy or sell your home.
(42-19) is your score. Broncos trailing here. They'll have the ball. Timberwolves rather still have the ball. Broncos trying to keep them out of the end zone as we start this fourth quarter. In Spring Hill, at one point it was 21-19. Then Blue Valley Southwest scored one, kind of a cheap one, late in the first half, and they've scored every time since then here in the second half. Done. Pump fake, double move this time. Nice job by Paul to adjust on that one. If it's pretty close to any of these wide receivers, they go catch it.
They do. That's a luxury for a quarterback to have if you can just throw it up and you got a guy that can run to it.
It'll fall incomplete. Officially. This is the 8th play of this drive that started at their own 17-yard line with 3:17 to go, so almost 4 minutes into this one. Dunn handoff to Smith. He'll just kind of power forward across the 25 up near the 22-yard line.
On a carry, number 34, Parker Smith.
Ends up being a gain of 5 on a pretty not much excitement in that run. Just go get 5.
Hey, it works.
And again, they just want to kind of keep this clock moving to the Timberwolves. 2 wide receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Watch him. That's number 20. They'll go right at him. And he is brought down, but another big gain for him. They like it to get it out to him. It's a 14-yard play. And this is now the 10th play of this drive. Paul makes a tackle, but it's first down and goal at the 10-yard line.
First and goal for the Timberwolves at the Spring Hill 10.
Another methodical drive. They had another one of these to start their first drive of the second half. They've been quick strike most of the night, but they've had a couple of good ones, and this is one of them. Throw it over the middle, intended for, I believe that was Hank Phillips.
Pass ball is incomplete for number 12.
And bring up a second down and goal for the 2. Well, all that said, if you can make a stop here defensively, you can peel back just a little bit of that momentum. There's a lot, and it may not ever change all the way back, but you can at least give yourself a little pride here on a second down and goal from the 10, and sometimes those are the hardest. A second and goal from the 10-yard line. I mean, it's kind of do or die. You're not going to get another first down here.
That's right. Your Spring Hill still has there's several games left. And, everybody goes to the playoffs. So, these games are, at this point, it's a learning experience. Are you going to try to get better? Are you going to stay focused and try to make that next play?
Smith rocked. Noah Anderton.
Carry number 34, Parker Smith. Tackled by number 16, James.
Oh, excuse me. That was James Newton bringing the hammer down out there on that far side. And he looked like he was due for one as well. Ends up not being much, just a gain of 1.
Big score that we care about. Girard beat Frontenac 35-0. So
the Trojans are rolling right now.
Nice.
Feeling good about the Trojans.
It's always good to beat Frontenac, isn't it, BJ?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I've always been the outsider looking in on that one, but I still follow the Trojans.
It's a pretty good rivalry.
Yeah.
Another nice play there outside, ripped out of bounds. It'll be a 4th down and goal. The real story from down there of rivalry stories was back in the day. Arma, Northeast, it was Arma though, Northeast High School, and Frontenac would play on Thanksgiving Day.
That's when the state championship series is
It is now, but back in the 30s and stuff, they played on Thanksgiving Day, and they finally had to end some of those games. They had to end that rivalry because it got a little too aggressive. It's a bunch of coal miners,
Yeah,
and,
I see it.
Their kids would go out there and play and
eat chicken.
Yep, and they go have some fried chicken. It'll be a field goal attempt here for Blue Valley Southwest. I think he missed it. So the defense does stand up. Boy, they bit but didn't break on that one.
Good for Pride.
It is. They rock him out of bounds, stop that drive, and then a field goal attempt falls no good, and that's how that drive will end. So the Broncos will start this drive right there at the 20-yard line.
A few score updates, BJ. We've got DeSoto up really big on Leavenworth. Miege is up 28-14 over Rockhurst. St. James up 24-14 against the number 2 St. Thomas Aquinas. Olathe West 31, Olathe Northwest 28.
And now Pipkin at the 20, another big gain by Draven Pipkin. Running hard is the young man, a gain of 13 on the first play from scrimmage on this drive.
Number 2, Draven Pipkin. Tackle made by number 8.
Pipkin will be probably close to the 100-yard mark by the time this one's done. He had 53 yards on 13 carries and 2 scores by the halftime. Bronco offensively been pretty quiet all around here in the second half. Again, Pipkin, good read by Metcalf. Still driving forward. Another nice hard run by Draven Pipkin. Back-to-back 13-yard carries by number 2. Do it again. I mean, there's no reason to call another play. You just run that one. That's the play. That play doesn't get called enough for coaches. Run that one.
Yeah.
Run that one again. That should be a play call. They'll do it this time with a different guy. It looks like a 2, but it's upside down. It's number 5. It's Colt McKenna. And he'll pick up 5, and it is. It's the exact same play, just a different running back. He gets 5 on it, and Draven will go right back into the ball game.
2nd and 5, the Broncos.
3 wide receivers far side. Again, turn, handoff, Pipkin. And this time tracked down from behind. It's one of those big guys. Number 55, Joseph Lochner. 6'2", 205, and a senior. It's just a gain of a couple there for Pipkin.
3rd and 3 for the Broncos.
You're in 4-down territory for Spring Hill, so you want to get it here if you can. They'll run McKenna out of the backfield. They're going to swing it out there to him. Got to make a guy miss. That's going to have to be a better block on that outside edge for Spring Hill. Ryan Jackson's got to make that. It's a tough block. You're one-on-one out there with the D-back. Kind of in an island, but not able to do it now. 4th down, a big loss.
Well, a play like that, you got a guy on an island, like you said. So the other factors there, the quarterback and the running back need to speed that up a little bit so the receiver doesn't have to hold their block quite as long. But sometimes it's just the way it is. And that was a good open field tackle by the Timberwolves.
4th down and 6 now. Showing blitz. They'll bring it. Mostly picked up. Run a screen pass, and that should be pass interference.
Yeah,
it is.
I was going to say.
Yep. Made contact with Terrell before the ball got there on that screen pass. It had to come out. Metcalf was about to get gobbled up, and this will be a nice break for the Broncos. On a 4th down, should keep this drive alive.
The defensive back's trying to do his best, and he's trying to make a play on the ball, but That's one where you probably slow down and let him catch it and tackle him because they still had a good 5-6 yards to go. But
also as a defensive back, it looked like a long pass for us because it was a screen, but it was right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And that's a place where they can usually make contact.
Correct.
But that's not the case in that one with the ball's in the air.
1st and 10 Broncos from the Timberwolves, 35.
That's the second time on a 4th down the Broncos have had a pass interference keep a drive alive. It's a dangerous way to live. Metcalf with Pipkin to his right. Canner, rather. Nice read by Metcalf, and he's got some running room, more than a 10. It'll be a gain of about 12 on a nice zone read.
Good hard
by
run.
Metcalf.
Tackle made number 55, Joseph Lochner. 1st and 10 Broncos.
So it'll be a
Timberwolves 23.
1st down and 10 for Spring Hill. 2 wide receivers near side. They'll go quickly. Swing it outside for Terrell. Got to make a guy miss, and he slips and falls. It'll end up being a no gain on the play.
Complete to number 8, Dorian Terrell.
Dorian Terrell ends up nothing on that one. He'll have a catch in the books.
2nd and 10 Broncos from the 23.
We're going to be 2nd down and 10 for the 23-yard line here. 42-19, 6:53 to play in the ball game. Broncos trying to get one on the board here in this second half. Turn, handoff. Pipkin, who's done a lot of the work, going to fall forward. Another just strong one. Those tacklers feel like they've got him, but he's able to just kind of carry him. And Faulkner, not a little guy. That's a lot of human coming in contact with each other. But Pipkin able to get some contact, but fall forward for a couple, maybe a yard, maybe 2.
22.
I'm giving him 2. 3rd down and 9. Straight drop for Metcalf. Plenty of time. Flips it out. Underthrew it mightily. Had a guy behind. It's going to be a long return. It's probably going to go for a touchdown. Yeah, definitely. That guy's fast. On that far side. I mean, can you keep up with him? That is a nice play, and it's going to finish off. It'll be a 90-plus yard interception return for Trey Thomas. 6'1", 167 with some scoots.
And he had 2 guys with angles on him, and
did not matter.
Flat out outran him.
Trey Thomas on a 90-yard interception return. Might have been a little celebration after the fact, perhaps, or frustration, depending on who they give that penalty for. Well, it was a nice drive. Broncos were on the
it really was.
10th play. That was the 10th play of that drive that started their own 20-yard line, but ends up adding another score here. Still waiting on the call. Sportsmanlike against Blue Valley Southwest.
That ball on sportsmanlike
If you're,
conduct
you accept that on the kickoff. Let them kick this point after if you can. I think that should be acceptable. Let them kick the point after and take it on the kickoff and back them up and give yourself some better field position. It was 21-19.
Lined up for the extra point, number 5, Jackson Garrett.
And with the point after attempt forthcoming, you should not be able to hear the official in the home stadium on homecoming.
Well, the dance is right now, so they released the cheerleaders even. They all need to go get ready, BJ.
Oh, the
you know how
dance
this
is happening.
works.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Look, they're all getting dudded up, dolled up. They're ready to go.
Well, it'll be a kick up and good. So a 28 unanswered points by Blue Valley Southwest, 1 in the late first half and then 21 here in the second half has put this one out of reach. 49-19. We're back in 30 seconds on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stowe with Paola Veterinary Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. Coming soon, a new location here in Paola in the industrial park with cattle hauling and boarding and grooming. With 24-hour emergency services and 3 other locations in Lewisburg, Drexel, and Martin City, and a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Oh. Back out here in Spring Hill. Matt Jones and I talking about high school girl homecoming.
Well, it's important, BJ. We got pictures.
Things we never thought we'd do back when we were cool.
Hey, I never thought I'd be picking out shoes and lipstick either, but hey, dad duty 101, man.
For this dad, I stay out of the shoe and lipstick game, bub. And it's a slippery slope. You know, but you can fake it till you make it.
Hey, you know what? Sensitivity training. Sometimes.
Well, you do work. You work in a middle school, so
I do.
You've seen it all. It's hard for you to be surprised by anything, I think, at this point.
Well, and then I thought I saw that, and then I see something else.
McKenna will field this at the 20-yard line. Got plenty of room. Just get ahead of steam going the other direction across the 40. You got to break one. Now he does. Still on his feet, looking for the midfield stripe. Driving forward, and Colton McKenna, a little pride there, and a penalty flag comes in late as well.
On return, number 5, Colton McKenna.
It's a good return. He's had a couple of those here tonight. Gonna be a block in the back, I believe, is what's going to be called against the Broncos.
Didn't these guys know that homecoming's tonight and they're supposed to stop throwing flags?
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean,
these guys don't care. This is a grizzled veteran group with a couple of youngsters worked in there.
After the penalty, ball spotted at Spring Hill 39. First and 10.
For a while, these guys worked quite a few college games on Saturdays. I don't know if they still do that or not.
You know, I was talking about that before the game and saying that they all over. And
Broncos will start at their own 39-yard line. Metcalf, who's done a good job, as good as he can. Good run here by Pipkin, who has done a nice job as well today. Those two have stepped up. It's just been a tough night all the way around.
Tackled by number 2, Colin Gessner.
Another good one from
second and a short.
ends up being a 9-yard gain. Throw it out here for Terrell. He'll get the first down. Still keeping his legs churning. I do like the effort the Broncos have put forth still here. Things are kind of pretty well sorted out, but still playing hard.
First and 10.
Well, as coach, sometimes that's all you can ask for, depending on the situation. As long as your guys are playing hard, that's the main thing.
Yeah, just a pass and catch of 3, but enough for a first down. Turn, handoff. Again, McKenna. Nice momentum going forward. O-line getting some work in there. Probably working against some backup defensive linemen, but still do what you got to do while you can do it.
Absolutely.
It's a run of 7 for Pipkin. Or McKenna, rather.
Second and 3 for the Broncos. 41.
Second down and 3. McKenna will stay in to the left this time. Another screen pass to him. Wide open. Good block out here by Meek. Spin off by McKinney. Hit the B button. Back inside he goes up to the 26-yard line. Pretty nifty little play there by Colton McKenna. It's a gain of 15 on a screen pass.
Now, BJ, for those watching over 40, what do you mean by the B button? I know what you mean.
It's a little spin button. I don't even really play video games, but it's a fun thing to do. But
yep.
I knew how to do that. I never could do the B button thing on the football field or otherwise. Throw it out there. He wants the big fella, D'Albini, and it'll be just out of his reach.
For number 84, Cooper D'Albini.
Bring up with second down and 10. Stops the clock with 4:20 to play.
Second and 10 for the Broncos. Timberwolves 26.
The show blitz picked up by the Broncos. McKenna, and finally him in there. That DN came down pretty hard. That was his job on that blitz and kind of ran right into it. Tackle made there by Will Petzold. Third down and 9 for Spring Hill. Three wide receivers to the far side, including 2 bunched close to the line of scrimmage. McCann will be the running back just to the left of Metcalf. Metcalf, good time. Now flushed, now looking, he'll readjust. And a penalty flag going to come in. The Broncos are going to get a free one there as well. Penalty flags or the pass interferences have been probably one of the best plays for the Bronco offense here.
Right.
This will be a pass interference that will Move the chains once again. Another 3rd and long. They've had a 4th and long, that have been moved by pass interference. This is actually a hold. Same thing.
Holding against the Timberwolves.
Just before the ball was in the air, not after.
First and 10 Broncos at 15.
Turn hand up McKenna. Big hole in the right side. Colton McKenna looking for the end zone. 5, touchdown. Broncos. A 15-yard touchdown run by Colton McKenna, his first of the night.
Good to see him fighting through the whole game, regardless, what's going on their side of the ball. They're still fighting. They're still trying to run their offense.
A holding penalty on 3rd down gives them a chance. In the very next play, the Broncos strike 15 yards.
Point number 81, Ryan Jackson.
For Colt McKenna. He had 2 last week, or had 1 last week, rather, and he's got 1 here tonight. Jackson will kick the PAT, and it is good. 49-26 here, 3:32 to play in the ball game. We're back after this on Spring Hill Sports Live. (49-26) is your score. Broncos trail, but they do go on a nice drive there. It started at their own 39-yard line. End up going 6 plays.
Deep for the Timberwolves, number 21, Sam Schweikert.
61 yards, capped off a 15-yard touchdown run by Colt McKenna. A big penalty by Blue Valley Southwest. They've got a couple of those they probably would take back and be a different outcome, or even more opportunities for them likely. And knocked out of bounds. Paul makes the tackle against Schweikert. And Blue Valley Southwest will start here.
You got to assume they're going to keep the ball on the ground. They don't want to get anybody hurt. But
at their own 27-yard line.
Timberwolves take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Again, don't forget Fall Festival activities tomorrow. Parade in the morning. 10 a.m. Line up there on Webster, around Cheese, or wherever you want along Webster. It's a pretty long road.
I'll be up there.
Brand new pavement on the new.
That's right. Maybe I'll ride my bicycle.
I will not be riding my bicycle.
I'll loan you one.
I don't. It's not that I don't have a bicycle. I just will be riding.
On the carry, number 45, Connor Faulkner.
Faulkner runs off the right side. He'll pick up a few. Broncos back in action next Friday. We hit the road over to Ottawa. That's a game, again, for the Broncos. They should be going into that with an opportunity to pick up a win, try to bounce what will be a 3-game losing skid here as we approach the halfway point of this season. And these games, these next 2, both winnable. At Ottawa, home with Paola. Paola has been good, but not great at times this year. They're at Tongi tonight. That'll be one to see.
And they're getting drilled.
By Tonganoxie.
Yep.
Yeah, Tonganoxie's pretty good. Better than I expected. In fact, Spring Hill nearly beat them a couple of weeks ago and probably should have. Faulkner trying to get the edge. Nice play there for Spring Hill to bend that one back. In on the action, R.J. Dominic, the first guy to make contact, then helped out with some of his friends, including Trigg Smith.
Yeah, Tonganoxie's up 28-14, so not getting drilled, but they're up comfortably over Paola, and then Ottawa, Paola, and then Fort Scott.
Fort Scott and Lewisburg. I mean, you could win the next 4.
And Fort Scott's getting dominated right now by Pittsburgh, who we referenced earlier as being a traditional East Side, pretty strong team. Maybe not as powerful as they were in the 80s and part of the early 2000s, but still a quality team.
They will be. Pittsburgh High will be a.
Oh yeah,
they will be a force. Yep.
Oh yeah.
And they've got a run of kids. This sophomore class, and I'm getting too much conjecture here, but sophomore class of kids up the eastern side of the state is pretty good.
It's real solid.
I know Pittsburgh High's got a run of kids, sophomore, freshman, the younger class. I mean, obviously seniors have a lot to say about it too, but I'm just saying there's a run of athletes about to come through some of these schools that have not had great runs here over the last few years, like Pittsburgh High, that I think will be a factor. And then they go and hire, of course, big fan of Tom Nicholson, was at Pittsburgh High for a long time. But Josh Latimer is a name in the eastern half of the state of Kansas and a All-American at Pittsburgh State. And he played football like you're supposed to play football at a lightning speed and ferocious and dominant at the point of attack, overcoming so much. I mean, he's one with life and also just with physicality. He just wasn't real fast. He wasn't real big, but, man, when he could get to the ball, he could end it. And
you know why that is? You know what his other sport was?
Yeah.
I mean, he was a wrestler.
Put together one of the great senior seasons of all time where he won a 4A state championship in football, won a 4A state championship in wrestling, and won a 4A state championship in javelin. It's a pretty good run from Coach Latimer there at Pittsburgh High. So, and a Fort Scott guy going to Pittsburgh High. Just, again, I'm a storyline person, so I know I would love to see him turn it around and have Pittsburgh High going in the right direction. There's way more Pittsburgh talk than Spring Hill people probably care to listen to. Nice return by Logan Paul. Time to adjust the face mask and still get up the field.
They're still purple.
They're still purple.
A lot of kids from Spring Hill go to Pittsburgh State, so it's relevant.
Yeah.
I got my coaching career started at Pittsburgh High School, so.
Minute 27. Stops have been few and far between here on Blue Valley Southwest in the second half, so good to get one here and against some backup guys. Broncos will stick the offense back out there again. Metcalf looking, plenty of time, loads of time. Now flushed, he'll let it fly and just over the arms of Jackson Torres will fall incomplete, bring up second down. Probably take your medicine here if you're the Spring Hill Broncos.
I would think so, but.
Minute 30, 90 seconds to play in this one. That last score certainly makes things look a little more respectable here in this one. And again, you take 5 plays out of this game, and this is a real close ball game. It's just those 5 plays have been killers.
Well, you remember at one point it was a 2-point game late in the second.
Flip it out to McKenna. He's going to get smart to get to the sideline, stop the clock here with a third down forthcoming.
Third and 8 for the Broncos.
I figured I'm not going to be there for photos for my kiddo. I've been in a press box every Friday night in the fall for her entire life. I don't think anything's going to change here tonight.
No, probably not. But
poor kid. Nice run here from Metcalf across the 45 up near the 40. And, boy, Lucas, when he's been asked to do that, he's been efficient with it.
Sure has.
And he'll pick up 14 here for the Broncos. On that one, he'll go out of bounds and keep the chains moving.
First and 10, Broncos, Timberwolves, 35.
We'll have some more sports for you. We had some soccer the other night on our sister channel, Lewisburg Sports Live. But the Broncos getting one over the middle for Dialbini, just out of reach. You wouldn't have saw that if he had made the catch. Carmahu will be back next week.
Oh, thank God. That's Caden's. He's good.
He is good. He did a really good job. I watched that Tonganoxie game a couple weeks ago and all over the place.
I knew that it wasn't going to be effective, so I didn't follow it.
Yeah.
Knew it.
Premonition.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper's mom and dad would have been furious with us. But he didn't make it. Here's Metcalf again, this time going down the sidelines. Up over the top, nearly made. Boy, that was real close on the intended pass for Evan Brown, another one of those sophomores. He'll fall incomplete, stops the clock with 1:01 and a third down.
Incomplete, 10 for number 19, Evan Brown. Defended on the play by number 19, Karsten Ventura.
Don't forget, keep up to date with all the games we've got across our network at varsitysportslive.com, including games that might be on our network with the Broncos. So if you want to know if they're playing maybe some soccer or volleyball at Lewisburg or across the rest of the Frontier League, go to varsitysportslive.com. Metcalf again flips that one out there, and it is knocked out of the air. It'll intended for Jackson Torres. It'll bring up a 4th down.
On the coverage, number 29, Parker Lemon. 4th and 10 for the Broncos.
Fourth down. Broncos get this. They'll keep it going. If they don't, likely a victory formation for Blue Valley Southwest. And it's Metcalf trying to get out of the grasp of the defender. Not going to happen. Ethan Thomas will make the sack. And that's where Blue Valley Southwest will likely end this one. Again, Broncos back in action next Friday at Ottawa. Pregame coverage will start at 6:40. Kickoff at 7 o'clock against the Cyclones. And back home on October 7th with the Paola Panthers. And they'll take a knee. They'll have to do one more time, maybe. It's almost exactly matched up.
Ball is down by the quarterback, number 13, Dylan Dunn.
And a tough one for the Broncos. Again, one of those games, just like the one at Tonganoxie a couple of weeks ago, where a couple of mistakes here or there. And tonight wasn't necessarily mistakes, but those big plays that they just couldn't quite overcome early in the game. They did. They came battling back. But eventually, just Blue Valley Southwest too much in the second half and stretched this one back out. 49-26 is your final score. 49-26, Broncos fall here to Blue Valley Southwest and drop to 1-3 on the season. Blue Valley Southwest moves to 1-3 on the season. We'll come back and talk about it as we kick off the Shoemaker Collision and Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show. We'll talk about this one and wrap things up here from Spring Hill High School. After this, you're watching Bronco football on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Strode Orthodontics is creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strode and her staff have decades of combined experience, offering clear and metal Damon smile braces and Invisalign clear aligners for teens and adults. Dr. Strode tailors your treatment to meet your specific needs with 3 convenient locations in Olathe, Overland Park, and Spring Hill. Strode Orthodontics is ready to give you the beautiful smile you've always wanted. Call for your free no-obligation consultation, 913-491-3400, or visit StrodeOrtho.com. Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and USD 230. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Spring Hill, call 913-592-5552 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Auction Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Veterinary Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown vets who know and care about your family. Coming soon, a new location here in Paola in the industrial park with cattle haul-in and boarding and grooming. With 24-hour emergency services and 3 other locations in Lewisburg, Drexel, and Martin City, and a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center. As Kansas City's premier auto collision repair center, they work on all makes and models, even RV, marine, aviation, motorcycles, and more. Shoemaker Collision offers free estimates and loaners, plus they will work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at shoemakercollision.com or call 913-592-0095.
Back out here on the Shoemaker Collision and Paint Center post-game show. BJ Harris along with you as we look in there at the Bronco football team. Coach trying to talk to them a little bit. Again, looking at the rest of the schedule, Broncos certainly have opportunities to bounce back and get some wins here in the win column in this year. They're going to play good. Those teams are not going to just roll over for them, but an opportunity to get right. Tonight, just a few things just didn't go quite right, and we'll talk about it here as we wrap up this ball game. Here's how we got to where we are right now. Blue Valley Southwest scored on the second play from scrimmage on a 57-yard pass. They went up 7-0 with 11:43 to play in the first quarter. Broncos would have to punt. A nice play on that punt coverage by Colton McCannell would pin them deep. But 2 plays later, a 78-yard touchdown run by Blue Valley Southwest by Parker Smith. With 9:10 to play in the first quarter, it was 14-0. Spring Hill, though, would bounce back on a nice drive. They would go 11 plays and 78 yards, capped off on a 3-yard touchdown run by Draven Pipkin with 4:50. Took 4:50 off the clock with 4:20 to play in the first quarter. It was 14-7 after the point after again was good for the Broncos' Ryan Jackson. Blue Valley would take it. They'd have to punt. Spring Hill would answer again, this time getting to within 1 point as they would start at the Blue Valley 48-yard line. Great field position with 2:18 to play in the first quarter. And then 3 plays, a 12-yard run by Draven Pipkin would be the first of what would be 2 scores on the day for him on the ground. With 1:30 to play in the first quarter, it was 14-13. The Broncos had come back. Force a punt. Broncos have to punt on the next one. Blue Valley starts at their own 47-yard line. They drive deep inside Bronco territory. At one point, they had 3rd down and 1. It goes to 4th and 1, and they end up having to turn it over on downs. A nice defensive stop by Spring Hill. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get much going. They punted away. Blue Valley then another big play, this time the second play from scrimmage, as they would connect with, they'd have excellent field position first of all, and a good return with 3:30 to go in the first half, and then a 35-yard pass complete to Hank Phillips from Dylan Dunn with 3:09 to play in the half. It was 21-13. Spring Hill would start at their own 26-yard line with 2:59 to go in the half. Put together another beauty, 6 plays this time, and it was a 33-yard pitch and catch from Luke Metcalf to Jackson Torres with 56 seconds to play, 21-19. If that's the halftime score after the 2-point conversion was no good, if that's the halftime score, I think this game might be a little bit different. In fact, I think Broncos would have had some momentum going to halftime. Instead, they did not, because Blue Valley would start at their own 43-yard line, and an unnecessary roughness penalty after the first play of that drive would put them in scoring position, and then a pitch and catch from quarterback Dunn to Sam Swickard of 28 yards would make it a 28-19 game at halftime with 30 seconds to play. Broncos would get it back, but they wouldn't be able to do much with it, and that's how we would go to the half. Spring Hill would get the ball to begin the second half, but they would go 3 and out, punt it away on the first drive, and Blue Valley would not waste much time. Actually, they would have one of their longest drives of the game, but it would still be quick. They'd start at their own 21-yard lines. They go 8 plays, 79 yards, cap it off at a 20-yard touchdown run by Parker Smith, his second of the game, with 7:34 to play in the third quarter. It's 35-19. Broncos would have to punt again. Blue Valley Southwest would get another touchdown. They would have very good field position. Broncos would be forced deep inside their own territory. They'd punt it. In fact, Blue Valley Southwest would start at the Spring Hill 7 with 5:37 to go in the third. 2 plays later, it was their third 2-play drive of the game. 6-yard catch from Igas with 4:49 to play in the third quarter. It was 42-19 as they had scored 21 answered at that point. Broncos have to punt. Blue Valley Southwest would score again, and they would score again. That would make it 49-19. And the Broncos were able to answer back on that next drive with 9:30 to play in the ball game. They drive at 10 plays, or start to answer back, have a nice long drive, but they throw an interception that is returned all the way back for a touchdown. And that actually made it 49-19. Spring Hill does answer back late in this game. They put on a nice drive that started throwing 39-yard line. They cap it off on a 15-yard touchdown run by Colton McCanna, his first of the night. PAT was good, and that would make it what the final score ended up being 49-26. Broncos would force a punt, and then they would end the game a turnover on downs, and then Southwest was able to take a victory knee once. And that was the end of the game. Again, final score here in this one, 49-26. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, take a look at some of your final numbers, wrap things up here on the Shoemaker Collision postgame show on Spring Hill Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Oh, hi, honey.
Hi, Grandma. I'm really sorry. I won't be able to make it today. I have way too much homework, and you don't have enough internet.
Oh, honey, I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh, I need more internet in my house.
Well, you know, you could have just called, right?
Oh.
Call Go Brawley today.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Back in here one final time on the Shoemaker Collision post-game show. BJ Harris, Matt Jones here at Spring Hill High School. Matt went to take care of dad duties on homecoming, and appreciate him doing that. I'll wrap things up here from Spring Hill. A couple of final numbers to pass along to you. In this ball game, Draven Pipkin up over 100, I believe. Again, all these numbers unofficial based on me trying to talk and write at the same time. 21 carries, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns in this one for the Broncos. He did yeoman's work here tonight. Luke Metcalf passing the ball. Things kind of went south in the second half. Not very good numbers to report. We'll just do them in the aggregate. 8 of 19, 102. Had a touchdown and 2 interceptions. One of those was the very last pass of the first half, just basically a punt. But it does show up in the scorebook. And so I think Luke getting thrust into action here. I believe B-Shore should be back. We'll see next week. Regardless, I think Luke did a nice job here in the position he was in. But Blue Valley Southwest came here to win this game, and they did. A couple of big plays go a different way, and certainly it's going to be much more exciting down the stretch. But unfortunately tonight, Spring Hill does fall 49-26, your final score. Once again, we're back in action on Friday at Ottawa. Pregame coverage will start at 6:40. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. Back home the week after. Paola, get out there tomorrow. Support the Fall Festival Committee. Tell them thank you for putting on a great event for our local community. It's not easy doing events. I know it's my full-time job, but you need to get out there, say thank you, and get out there, and mostly the thank you is showing up and celebrating and taking advantage of all the fun things they put together. That'll do it for us tonight here. Again, final score, Broncos fall 49-26 here on homecoming. We'll be back at it next Friday. You can watch it all here on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics, Spring Hill Sports Live.
You've been watching Spring Hill High School Sports on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strode Orthodontics, creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Learn more at StrodeOrtho.com. Also by and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your home for the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live.